All right. I think we're good to go. Gotta check on my phone because the phone always keeps me updated, you know? People make fun of that. They're like, why do streamers, whenever they start, they always do that little like, are we live thing? Genuinely, it's because sometimes I just have no idea. Like YouTube's not very clear, you know? Because like it shows me that I've been live, but sometimes it like cuts off the beginning part, and so I want to make sure I'm not saying anything before it actually officially starts. So I usually give it some time. But yeah, okay, let's tweet it out. We're good. What is up, everyone? Just wanted to do a regular Q&A live stream because I mean I used to do these once per month, but I feel like I haven't been keeping up with that, so I thought this would be a good day to just hop on, and especially because House of the Dragon just came out and got a decent amount of views so far, so I'm expecting some people who maybe, you know, they come across that video and then they're like, oh, he's live and streaming too, and then they go check it out. It's kind of my thought process there. It's YouTuber thought process, but makes sense to do it today, and I'm gonna be busy most of the rest of this week anyways, so yeah, let's just get right to it. I mean, like I said, with any of these live streams, just ask me anything. I mean, preferably stuff related to movies and shows or video games even, but you can ask other stuff too. I don't, whatever you want to ask. It really isn't ask me anything, but I'm more likely to answer questions about movies and shows and stuff because, you know, it's just keeps more in line with the channel. Obviously stuff that you would, you know, it doesn't have to be related to what's going on right now. I know I put the House of the Dragon poster and the Acolyte poster in the thumbnail just because, you know, it's what's going on right now, but it could be about anything. Just quick announcements though. I might as well just announce some stuff in terms of movie reactions coming soon. Memento, Christopher Nolan's Memento should be uploaded this week, which I loved that. Like, such a good movie. So definitely, you know, look out for that one. Bad Boys 2 should be uploaded soon. I uploaded Bad Boys 1 like 3 weeks ago or something, and unfortunately Bad Boys 2, I've had a lot of issues with copyright, which is why it's taken this long for me to get it out, but I think it should be cleared up in a day or two, so I should be able to upload it this week or maybe next week, but very soon. And then Bad Boys 3, I already watched it, but have to edit that. And then as for shows, you know, we still have The Acolyte, The Boys, House of the Dragon, and American Horror Story, which almost done with season 5, which is crazy how we're already that far into the show. I feel like we just started it, but it's been a really good show. I've actually really been enjoying it. Like, it's one of the most entertaining shows for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's definitely some story issues in it, but like, it's just so entertaining. I don't know. Why are you so beautiful? Asking for a friend. Yo, Chat of Duty, you are the man. You are the absolute man. How you doing, Chad? But that is a question I cannot answer because I don't agree with it. Sir Ian McKellen is in the hospital right now. I saw that on Twitter. Yeah, that's terrible. He fell off a stage during a play in London. Yeah, I saw that. I really hope he's doing all right. I hope it turns out okay. What do you think of the Dune movies? Dune Part 1, I think they're both great movies, but I didn't like Dune 1 nearly as much as Part 2. I felt like Part 1 was like a movie I appreciated quite a bit. I thought it was really well made, but the story just didn't really grab me. The characters didn't really grab me. Part 2, on the other hand, did grab me quite a bit. So it was like the same thing where it's technically really good, but I also just actually felt attached to the story. And I think retrospectively, it probably made me like the first one more, at least a little bit more. I'm gonna try to fix this thing a little bit. It's a little high. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, so I like the Doom movies. I think they're solid, but I would say I like Part 2 a lot more than 1. Outside of Deadpool and Wolverine, what is the next big movie you are looking forward to? The boring answer would be Joker 2. I mean, Joker 2 is definitely my most anticipated movie of this year, but other than that as well, other than Joker 2 or Deadpool and Wolverine, my other two already have came out because I was really looking forward to Furiosa and the Planet of the Apes movie, so those are already out. But what else am I really looking forward to? I mean, there's a lot of like smaller movies, like more indie films that look really good. I think that Long Legs movie, like I saw the trailer for that. That looks crazy. I'll probably check that out. I was going to check out The Watchers recently, but didn't get the chance to, and then this always happens. Like when a movie I don't get the chance to see it, and then the reviews are terrible for the movie, it just completely demotivates me to want to see it in theaters. I'm like, well, should I really go to the theaters to see it if everyone says it's not good? I don't know. I know, I should make up my own opinion, but do I want to spend that theater visit when I could just watch it later? If everyone was saying it was great, I'd be like, oh, I'm definitely going to go see it in theaters then. But if it's not that good, I mean, do I really have to see it in theaters? I might do it though, just because, depends how much time I have, I guess. But what other movies? Why am I like blanking on the movies coming out? Oh, A Quiet Place Part 1. Looking forward to that. I'd say that's pretty big, right? How many languages do you speak? I'm only I would say only speak English, but I am in the process of attempting to learn Spanish. By attempting, I mean 100-day streak in Duolingo, if that counts. People say Duolingo does not count in terms of learning languages, but I gotta tell you, I definitely learned a lot from those 100 days. So, I'll give it that. I could definitely be doing more, but I definitely know a lot more than I did prior to doing it. So baby steps, Did you watch Ted Lasso? No, I haven't. I'm sure I'll probably watch it someday though. Have you seen any of the Arrowverse shows? No. Those were shows that I've always wanted to watch, but there's just so many of them. And I just don't know if I have the time. Like The Flash is like 9 seasons, right? I'm thinking of the right Arrowverse, right? Like the DC movies, the DC shows, right? And like that whole universe. That's the Arrowverse, I think, right? Let's go watch the new Bad Boys. It was fun as fuck. Dude, I really want to see in theaters, but part of me was like, should I just wait for it to come out online and do a reaction for it? I really don't know. Are you going to see A Quiet Place Day 1 in theaters, or are you going to wait till it comes out on streaming? Probably theaters, because it's, like I said, it's just a movie I'm really looking forward to. So I feel like I got to give myself that theater experience. I did react to the first one on the channel, so if you guys want to watch that, that's there. Part 2, though, I saw in theaters. 2002 Scooby-Doo you need to react to. That rhymes. That rhymes. I've already seen that. The live action one, right? I've already seen that. Favorite James Cameron film? Terminator 2. Titanic is close, but Terminator 2 definitely. Is Asylum still your favorite season? Yeah. Of American Horror Story, yeah, definitely. I think honestly, Hotel's getting close for me. I'm not sure. There's only 2 more episodes I have left to watch, but I really love it. So I don't know. It might be a close second. Or Freak Show. I don't know. I liked Coven too. I feel like I don't like Coven as much as I think a lot of people did. For me, it was probably my second least favorite. But that doesn't really mean it's bad. It just means I don't like it as much as the other seasons, It's still a great season though. Still was great. Do you own any video game consoles? PlayStation, Nintendo, Switch, Xbox, or play PC? Yeah, I mean, I have the new PS5 and the Series X. I don't really use the PS5 though. I mean, I got it for PlayStation exclusive games. I used it for Spider-Man, but I haven't touched it since Spider-Man 2. So, yeah, don't really. I'm sure I'll get to the PlayStation exclusives later, but I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 on my other channel. So, I mean, that's not on PlayStation. I mean, it is on PlayStation, but it's not exclusive to PlayStation. If it's not exclusive to PlayStation, I'm just going to play on Xbox. I prefer the Xbox a lot more, so I've been doing that. And PC, I only game on for things that I can't get anywhere else. So just like PlayStation, right? If I can only get on PlayStation, I'll play it there. If I can only get on PC, I'll play it there. Everything else is on Xbox. That's basically how it is. So the only things I really play on PC is custom maps for Black Ops 3 Zombies, because you can't get custom maps anywhere else. You can only play, the actual PC for that. And so I play that. And then there's some Steam games every now and then that are PC only. I'll sometimes play those, but for the most part, it's literally just custom Zombies. My PC is really just for editing and streaming. What shows or movies are you most looking forward to? What shows or movies you're looking forward to be reacting on your channel? So shows, I mean, we still have American Horror Story. We're gonna go probably up until season 9, is my guess. Depends on how, if the viewers are still there, but we'll see. I'm gonna be doing Band of Brothers as well. I did do a community post on that. I actually did a poll asking if anybody was interested in seeing it, and there's a lot of no's. I think it was like 60% no and 40% yes. And I think some people were worried in the comments that that means I'm not going to react to it, but that poll wasn't meant to be like a definitive, like, okay, if majority say no, I'm just not going to react to it. No, I just wanted to get like an idea to see how many people are interested. But I really want to watch it. I've been told it's like one of the best shows of all time. And it's only one season, it's 10 episodes. Like, I could definitely watch that. So I'll probably start that soon. Maybe the end of June, maybe early July. I'm not sure, but I've been really looking forward to that. I think the cast looks great, so I want to watch that. Then we got new shows, obviously the Acolyte, which I'm actually really looking forward to the next Acolyte episode because the director is actually someone who worked on Daredevil. I believe it's the same director of episode 4 of season 3 of Daredevil. Which, if anybody knows anything about Daredevil, you know that episode was fire. So, like, this could be a solid episode of the Acolyte. Maybe it'll have, I don't know, some really cool action sequence because he's known for his action sequences, and at least in that Daredevil episode. So we'll see. And then other movies. I mean, the movies I react to, they're very much on a recent basis. Like, I don't really, unless I do polls, sometimes I do it in the moment. Like, there's movies. Bad Boys is a good example. I literally did that. Like, I decided that a day before I reacted to it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start the Bad Boys franchise. Like, I just randomly did that on a whim. Maybe I'll do that for another movie, you know? But in terms of actual, like, things I'm definitely going to be doing, I mean, I'm going to do Split soon, I think, from 2016. Because I watched Unbreakable, and I was always going to do Split, but I just never got around to it. So I feel like it's a good time to do it. I know M. Night Shyamalan has a new movie coming out in August, so I might as well do that now. That'll be fun. I enjoyed The Watchers. It's rather divisive and a well-made movie. Yeah, I did see some people enjoy it, but like the majority of the critics that I follow, like, they did not like it. So, I mean, I'm sure I'll give it a chance and perhaps I'll like it. And that's happened a lot. There's a lot of horror movies I love that everyone else hates. So we'll see. Why are you so in love with Allison? Oh, I do have her on the background, don't I? Yeah, I do. Well, Rhaenyra's here too. You know, her face is being covered by my face right now. Actually, both their faces are being covered. But, you know, you could see a little more of Allison over here. I always change my background like every other month. I had it for The Walking Dead for quite some time, though, and I was like, you know, I'm in the House of the Dragon mood. I'll put that for the background. Will you continue to react to American Horror Story until Delicate? What season is Delicate? I'm not sure what season that is. Whatever seasons, I think 1984 is the last season I'm going to do, most likely. Subject to change, of course, but that's the current plan. And can you rank the seasons you've watched? Okay. 2, so Asylum's number 1, then Hotel, then Freak Show, then Coven, then Murder House. I think they're all good seasons, but I would just rank them like that. Would you ever venture into more comedies or romantic film reactions? I do want to do more comedies. I mean, I guess the Bad Boys movies are comedies, or action comedies. So I've done that recently. And I would like to do more like pure comedies. That'd be fun. Romantic films, it depends, because I did Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That was fun. But I mean, I feel like it has to be like a really good one, I guess, you know, because I'm not usually the type of person to want to watch romantic films all the time, but there are a lot of good ones out there that I do love. So I'm never opposed to it, but it depends. Comedies, though, I should do more of those because some of my comedy reactions do really good. Like the TED Show, for example. Like, obviously that's a comedy. That's some of my most viewed TV show videos ever. The TED series. Actually, oh, I forgot to mention this, and this is kind of funny, stupid, but the new Sausage Party series that comes out in July, I will be doing reactions to the Sausage Party series, because I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, TED was kind of like a dumb, raunchy comedy, right? Yeah, and it did well. Why not do Sausage Party then? I feel like that kind of fits in the same vein. I don't know. We'll see. I've seen the movie for Sausage Party. I watched it when it first came out, so it's one of those dumb movies that might give me some laughter. I have no idea, but let's see what the show's like. I don't know. I thought that would be fun to react to. Even if it's a really bad show, it could be entertaining to react to. Terminator 2 is my fave as well. Yeah, I feel like that's most people's favorite Cameron film. I don't think Cameron's made a bad movie. Well, from the ones I've seen Terminator movies, Aliens, Titanic, Avatar, the new Avatar, and True Lies. So I guess 7 of his movies. I don't think a single one of those is below an 8 out of 10. So definitely got a good track record. Out of all the American Horror Story characters, who would you choose as the next Supreme? Oh, like any character? It's hard to choose because so many of the characters are like kind of bad people, so it's it's like kind of hard to choose. Who's like a good person that also is smart? Well, I feel like Sarah Paulson's character in Coven. I mean, the one she did end up coming at. She was probably the best choice, right? I feel like there's no better choice than that. But I assume you want me to pick someone else. Maybe like Ethel from Freak Show? I don't know. Is Peaky Blinders on your radar? Yes. Definitely on my radar, but it's not something that I'm necessarily like definitely going to do. It's just more so I put it on the polls whenever I do the polls. And if it wins the polls, then I'll do it. Marshall, thank you so much for the $2 donation. I appreciate it. I like your profile picture. That's Under the Skin, right? I think that's Under the Skin. Is that what that movie's called? I've seen it. The one with Scarlett Johansson. Are you planning on watching the 12 seasons of American Horror Story? Oh yeah, we already talked about this, but I realize I'm a bit behind on the comments, so some of the comments I'm reading I probably already have read, but just in case you didn't see that part, I'll answer it again. Most likely just up until season 9. It will probably be the last season I do. But no guarantees there. Maybe I'll do more, maybe I'll do less. No idea. I would recommend watching Arrow if you don't have time to watch all the Arrowverse shows. Yo, maybe we'll do that someday. Pause the YouTuber who kind of looks like you to watch your live. Is it Germa? I really hope not. Do you think you'll react to animes on your channel in the future? I really want to, but the problem is I've heard so many channels, they have the most trouble with animes in terms of copyright. I don't know why, but that's just been a thing. And copyright's like my worst nightmare with YouTube. So I don't know, but I'm not opposed to it. Like I'll definitely do it for like maybe like Attack on Titan or something, but I want to avoid it just because of all those copyright issues people have, but I would like to though. So maybe I will one day, you know? Do you think Tate Langdon is a horrible person and doesn't dare to be with Violet? At first I was going to say who's Tate Langdon, but I forgot who that character was for a second. If you just said Tate, I think I forgot the last name. I think that's why. Yeah, he kind of was a horrible person. So I would say, yeah, he doesn't deserve to be with Violet. Have you watched the movie Zone of Interest? No. That came out last year, right? Have you watched The Wheel of Time and Rings of Power? Nope. Rings of Power I'll probably watch. I don't know about reactions. Maybe. I should actually, I'm going to react to the Hobbit movies because I still haven't done the Hobbit movies, even though I've done Lord of the Rings. I love the Lord of the Rings films, but I've never seen the Hobbit movies. Will Red Dead be coming back soon? Yeah, hopefully soon. I've just been so busy. Like I literally have not had a single night where I can play some Red Dead Redemption. So it's just, that's why I haven't uploaded a new part for that in like 2 months. But believe me, definitely coming soon. Hopefully, I don't know. If I would do it tonight, if I wasn't streaming, but you know, I probably won't have time because even if I end the stream in the next hour, I could maybe. I don't know. I always like to give myself at least like a 1 to 2 hour period of time to play. And I don't know if I'm going to have that, but we'll see. I hope you can react to season 8 of American Horror Story. Yeah, I hope so too. We'll see. Plans on playing The Last of Us Part 2 before season 2 comes out. There's talk it will be split into 2, maybe 3 seasons. That's a great question. And I want to get all your inputs in the comments, because I'm like not sure, because I definitely want to play The Last of Us Part 1 before season 2 comes out. I'll play the game. But should I play Part 2, knowing that it's probably going to have a lot of stuff that is going to happen in the show? Should I spoil that for myself by playing the game first, or should I just watch the show first and then play the game? Most people are going to say play the game, because that's how most people are. They prefer the source material. They want you to experience the source material and then watch the adapted version. But I do prefer TV shows to movies or to games. So like, would I enjoy the story being presented more through television as opposed to through the game? Maybe. But at the same time, like, what if the TV show does a terrible job at whatever this storyline is, and then I now have gotten the worst version to be the one I watched first? You know what I mean? It's an interesting conversation. And it really only is a problem with things that do like a very close adaptation, whereas like The Walking Dead, for example, was not a close adaptation to the comics at all. So reading the comics first never really spoiled the show for me. Even for the big events, it was never a guarantee those big events were going to happen, because it's a very different adaptation. But I've heard that The Last of Us Season 1 is very close to the first game. So I don't know. It's a good question, though. I'll definitely play the first game, though. Do you watch anime? I've actually never seen an anime. But I want to, though. Like, I really do. Split is such a letdown. Interesting. I've heard good things from other people, so I don't know. Maybe it'll be one of those movies where, I don't know. Is it a well-loved movie? Like, I actually don't even know. I kind of don't want to know, so I'll just leave it at that. Do you think Chucky will get a season 4? At this point, honestly, no, because I thought they were going to renew it like weeks ago, and they still haven't. So I'm starting to think they're just not going to renew it at all now, which I'm kind of okay with that. I mean, look, I love Chucky's show. It was fun to watch, but I really don't think there's much more they can do in that show. I want to see them just make a movie, right? So I don't really think they need to do a whole season 4. Just make a movie, put it in theaters, bring back the Chucky feel that they used to have. If you want to bring back the characters of Jake, Devin, all them, sure. But, just honestly, my idea was a straight up Chucky and Tiffany like road trip movie, just like Bride of Chucky. Do a movie in the same vein as that. Have it there be some story, some reason they're out there doing something, because that's how season 3 ended, right? So just do something like that and just make it like a very similar to Bride of Chucky, horror but comedy at the same time. Like, that would be a perfect movie, I think. And then they got to end it soon, because I don't think Brad Dourif's going to want to do this character for like that much longer. And I feel like it's better to end it while, people still respect it. You know what I mean? So maybe find a way to end the whole, I'm talking the whole franchise, like find a way to end it soon. And if they want to continue it with other stuff, maybe do a reboot, or, which I know they already did a remake technically, but another reboot. Or you could do a Tiffany movie, just a separate thing with just Tiffany, no Chucky involved. I don't know. There's a lot of ideas that they can do, but I think a movie is probably the best bet now. I would prefer to see my slasher icons on the big screen, and I've never seen a Chucky movie in theaters, so I would love to get that experience, because Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky didn't even release in theaters. So, but I feel like Chucky gained enough respect and popularity in the past couple of years that they could get a movie on the big screen. I think they could. So I'd love to see that. I just got a notification that said ads inserted. Does that mean? I think it automatically does that. Hopefully you guys aren't watching ads right now, but I think I just put on the automatic one because I didn't really know how to handle that. I ranked the seasons Hotel, Freak Show, Coven, Asylum, and Murder House for the ones you've watched. Yeah. Not a bad ranking. It's pretty similar to mine, other than I would just put Asylum at the front. I don't know how to tag someone in the chat. Can somebody tell me how to do it? You just at them. I don't know if it doesn't work the same way it works in like Twitter and stuff, but if you just at them, I think sometimes like it shows like it doesn't like notify them, I don't think, but at least it like alerts them and lets you know that they're speaking to you, or you're speaking to them. I do want to see Sausage Party. What do you think is the most evil character in each season of American Horror Story? Tate, probably. Asylum. That's actually a hard one for Asylum because you have a Nazi and then you have a serial killer. I think they're both probably the Nazi, because I feel like the serial killer is more messed up in the head, so it's more like developmental issues. I don't know. Season 3. The Delphine Lalaurie. What was her name? The the character that Kathy Bates played. Season 4. Season 4 was a harder one. No, probably Stanley, right? And then season 5, the James March. I think you'd love the soundtrack of Call Me By Your Name, Changed My Life. That is a movie I would react to, yeah. I've heard good things. Have you watched Schitt's Creek? I'm not pronouncing that right? It's not Schitt's Creek, right? That's what it's spelled though, so I don't know. I haven't watched it though. Any interest in reacting to the Fall Guy and Twister? I might see Twister in theaters actually. Well, the new one. I don't know if you mean the old one or the new one, but the new one I'm probably just gonna watch in theaters. The Fall Guy though, maybe I'll do a reaction for, because that's not. I don't think it's in theaters anymore, is it? But even if it was, I probably wouldn't see it in theaters. So that could be a good reaction, maybe. Was there any points in the Walking Dead main series where you struggled to continue for any reason? No, definitely not. There was definitely points where I didn't love it. Like I was like, I'm not too happy about this storyline or whatever. But there was never a point where I was considering to stop watching. Now I'm too much of a fanboy to do that. I was a hardcore fanboy all the way through. Like there was not a single season where I even thought of that. No, definitely not. Definitely not. I watched everything. And even the moments I didn't like that much, I was still excited next week. So, have you seen The Umbrella Academy? No, I haven't. It's Japan's copyright system. They're extremely strict. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess that could be the reason for animes being hard to get through copyright. I don't know, because when I did Shin Godzilla, I can't remember if I had copyright issues or not. I know Parasite gave me a lot of trouble. That was one of the most troubling copyright experiences of my life. And that's a Korean film. So I don't know. Sometimes it gets messy, but it's all right. Will you play a Fallout game at any point since you enjoyed the series? Yeah, I would love to. Just again, I haven't had the time to get around to it, but I do plan on it at some point. Have you watched or thought about watching Ash versus the Evil Dead? Maybe if they come out with another Evil Dead movie, I'll do a reaction to that show right before the movie comes out. That'd be fun. No promises, but it's just an idea I'm floating out there. I highly recommend you to watch Arcane at some point before season 2. It's really good and gets quite a lot of views, I feel. So actually, yeah, Arcane is a show I plan on watching. I didn't say this before, but I know season 2 comes out in November, and I decided I'll probably start it in like season 1 in like October, maybe September, and we'll try to watch that show before season 2. So I actually will do that. Why don't you react to The Watchers? It's not one of the best horror movies out there right now, but for me, it's worth a watch. I really don't get the hate, even though the ending was quite a bit disappointing. Perhaps that could be fun. I don't know, because the problem with new movies... Sorry, my nose is getting really itchy again. I talked about this on my Call of Duty streams recently, but I think I'm like... There's something related to talking a lot that causes my nose to itch really badly, because it only ever happens on my live streams. I don't have an itchy nose in general. Like I tried researching into itchy nose stuff, and it's like, no, all of it's like I don't usually have it. It's literally just during my live streams. And the only consistent common denominator of my live streams is talking a lot. So I think there's something about that activates something where it really makes like I'm talking the inside of my nose really itchy. And I don't know, maybe I got to go to a doctor about it because I feel like it's actually like, it's really bad. So, if you see me itching my nose a lot, it's because of that. But it's terrible. It's probably something to do with the air quality here too. And, but for some reason, talking a lot activates that. And I guess also the heat and the lights on me. It's probably a mixture of all those things, but it is unbearable. And like I said, it only happens when I'm streaming. Literally never when I'm just playing, games or even reacting to something. Like I'm still sitting here with the lights on me. It's just, I'm not talking consistently. So I don't know. Just a tangent I wanted to go on just in case you guys are wondering. But yeah, Arcane I am going to react to though. Oh wait, that wasn't the comment I was just on. I was on the one about the Watchers. What I was saying was watching new movies is sometimes hard because copyright is sometimes worse with recent movies. But like sometimes it's fine. So it depends. Like Barbie I did last year, the copyright on that was terrible. It was constant strikes, or not strikes, but claims. And it took me a while to get it through. So I'll definitely consider it, but new movies, it has to be like a big new movie, or else I probably won't do it because it's really not worth it getting all those, copyright claims for a smaller movie. It'd be more worth it for a bigger movie, but smaller one, I don't know. We'll see. I'm definitely going to watch The Watchers though. I'm not going to not watch it. I don't know if I'm going to do it for reaction though. Do you plan to watch American Horror Stories? It's a spinoff of American Horror Story, new stories every episode. I don't plan on it, but I'm not opposed to it if people want to see it. So we'll see. Oh, and then Emma says it's terrible. Oh no. I recommend Baby Reindeer. I have heard a lot of people have been talking about it. I actually watched like one of the episodes because me and my girlfriend were just kind of chilling, and she just wanted to put it on in the background. Well, no, she was watching it, but I was doing something else, and I was in the room. And she put it on, and so I kind of like semi-watched one of the episodes already. It wasn't the first episode either. Actually, no. Actually, what's interesting is I think I watched that, and then later on I saw part of a different episode, and somehow my brain was putting the puzzle pieces together. Like I knew exactly where it was in the story. I don't know, weird stuff. I do think I should watch it all the way through though, because it looks pretty good. If you watch the Hobbit trilogy, please watch the extended version. It's much better than the regular. We'll keep that in mind whenever I get to it. I think play the first game. I'm assuming you're talking about The Last of Us. Play the first game, but save the second game until after the series because the spoiler defeats the point of you reacting. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. What's up, Micah? Keep up the good work. Have you ever seen the HBO series 6 Feet Under? I have not. Someone else was talking about 6 Feet Under before, I think. So a lot of people are recommending 6 Feet Under. Mortal Kombat 2 is also coming out later. That's coming out this year? Why did I think that was coming out next year? Really? Okay, I mean, I'm looking forward to that. Would you be interested in reacting to the Vikings or the 100? The 100, actually, both those shows were on my polls. So the next time I do a poll, which will be after American Horror Story, definitely going to include both those shows. So we'll see if they win. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to win. I hope the 100 wins, because actually that's a show I've wanted to watch. I'm told it's pronounced the 100, not the 100. Are you interested in watching The Sopranos? Yeah, but I wouldn't react to that, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would. It depends. Again, I'll probably put that on the polls maybe, and we'll see what happens. Start with a classic like Death Note. Fun fact, I've seen the Death Note movie from Netflix from 2017, which is actually like, I like that movie. Like, I didn't think it was bad, but like, then again, most people saying the movie's bad are probably fans of the anime. Or I guess originally it was a what do you call it, a magna? Is it, what's the word for it? It's something for a Japanese comic, right? It's like magna or something. I'm sure the people who hated that movie probably were fans of the original source material and thought the movie just shat on the source material. But as someone who's never seen the source material, I thought that movie was fine. Like, I didn't have a problem with it. I was like, it's entertaining. But yeah, it probably does shit in the face of the source material quite a bit. Kind of how I felt last night with House of the Dragon, because I actually, I went on Twitter right after watching the episode. So many people were hating on it. They were like, oh my God, that shit on that scene from the books and everything like that. And I was like, I had no idea, because I never read the books. So from a non-book reader of, House of the Dragon, just someone who was a fan of the show, I thought that scene was fantastic. I thought the episode was fantastic. I thought they handled everything very well. But people were like, no, they butchered that scene. And after I learned what the actual scene was, just because people were talking about it on Twitter, I was like, yeah, that scene probably would have been a little bit more fucked up, or no, a lot more fucked up. But like, I didn't need that to happen to still enjoy it as much as I did. You know what I mean? But I understand why a book reader would feel that way, because you're expecting the source material to get respected. And it's how I felt when The Walking Dead butchered the Whisper War. Like, that's how I felt, basically. I really hope Chucky doesn't get a season 4. Don Mancini has been told yes too much. He really needs to be humbled a little. Yeah, I've seen people talk about that. I mean, Don Mancini, I can't disrespect him, because I feel like his work, I mean, he did create the idea of Chucky, even though he didn't direct the first movie. I know he still created the idea of it. And, obviously he directed, Curse of Chucky, which I love. I thought season 1 of the Chucky show was great. So he's done a lot of good stuff. But yeah, I do think sometimes he takes things too far, and that's fine, because, it's his thing. But I want to see things with Chucky that are a little bit more serious. It doesn't have to be fully serious. None of the Chucky movies are fully serious, but, tone back the goofiness just a tiny bit, That's all I want. All I want. I saw Child's Play 3 in the theaters when I was really young. Yeah, I really wish I could have gotten a chance to see one of them in theaters. Oh wow, everyone got an ad at the same time. I hate how it does that. I don't ask it to do that, but I guess it does by itself. Because like, why would you give them ads at the same time? That, like, if you're gonna give ads, like, spread them out a little bit, Have you seen House of Dragon season 2 episode 1 yet? Yes, it's on the channel. So if you want to see my reaction, full reaction is there. So yeah, but I loved it though. I thought it was fantastic. Was quite shocked by that ending, and I don't know, I think just did a perfect job of introducing the characters again. Any interest in watching Arcane? Okay, yeah, I talked about this before, but yeah, I am definitely interested. From season 6 onward, American Horror Story becomes very experimental. Honestly, I think I kind of like stuff when it gets experimental, because it's kind of like, I don't know, you can't do the same thing for too long. Even though I feel like, honestly, all of American Horror Story seasons so far have already felt kind of experimental, but I'm curious to see what you mean by that exactly. Like, I'm really curious. Do you do YouTube full time now? Are you enjoying it? So, kind of, sort of. It's hard to say full time, because I am doing stuff outside of it, but in terms of like main source of income, yes, that is, YouTube is that. And I enjoy it. The problem is I do so much different things on YouTube though, because like, I don't just have this channel. I don't know if you guys have seen my other channel, but I also do a lot of Call of Duty videos. And so trying to balance that and this, it's hard to do, but I love doing it. And I want to do it as long as I can. I definitely want to get into some other stuff other than just reactions as well though. And I've tried here and there, like, I've done reviews, I've done rankings, and I want to do more stuff like that. I have an idea for like a really deep analytical video, but like, I just don't know how you guys would react to that, because I don't know how many people would actually watch it. And so I don't want to put all that time in a video of like, no one's going to watch it. So, I've debated certain ideas, but I also don't know how that would work on this channel as well. Like, should I mix all those things together, or should I make separate channels for that? I don't know. It's definitely complicated, but I love doing it. Love doing it. It would have been better if they didn't end season 3 of Chucky with a cliffhanger. Yeah, because that makes it. Yeah, because if they're not going to do a season 4 and they're also not going to follow up that cliffhanger, then it is kind of annoying. So I kind of agree. They probably should have ended more in a concrete way. Well, I guess technically, is it even a cliffhanger? Because it does feel like a cliffhanger, but it could also be one of those like typical like Goosebumps endings where, like, how Goosebumps episodes always end with like, oh, the killer's actually still there, or the monster's still there, or oh my god, like, you know, it ends with like kind of like a Nightmare on Elm Street, how that ends, you know, stuff like that. Like I wouldn't say it's necessarily um a cliffhanger. It's just more like, yeah, these characters aren't gonna make it. Like they're gonna be trapped in here for life. Oh man, dude, I just spent 4 hours watching your reaction on American Horror Story Coven from episodes 1 to 13. I appreciate it so much, Watermelon Salt. I really do. Thank you so much. So it is pronounced Schitt's Creek. Okay, I was saying it right. For Twister, I meant the original. Oh, you meant the original. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely do the original. That'd be a good time to do it before the new one. So, do you think they'll kill Homelander or take away his powers and force him to live as a normal human? I don't know. It won't happen this season. It'll happen probably next season because next season's the last season. But I feel like Soldier Boy is going to come back into play somehow, you know, and they'll probably use him to kill him. I think that's what's going to happen in the end. They just won't get to that point until season 5. So, what were your thoughts on no one even attempting to bring back Nan and Coven? It pissed me off personally. Well, no, wasn't there a reason for that? I thought there was a reason for it, like because of the whole, what was his name, Papa something, the guy that Lance Reddick played in that season. He was like something that you couldn't bring him back the way she died, right? Something like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this nose thing is getting really bad. It's like, I think it's like the worst it's ever been on a stream right now. Definitely gonna look into it because I need to fix that. I have heard that. Wait. Equilibrium with Christian Bale is awesome. Recommend doing it with 1 and 3. I actually never heard of that. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I've never heard of that. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, Austin. I heard that Call Me By Your Name was about an inappropriate age difference couple. I have no idea what it's about. All I know is Timothy Chalamet's in it. That's all I know. Have you seen Cobra Kai? Nope. Can't wait for a season ranking video after finishing American Horror Story Journey. I probably will do one. No promises, but I probably will. I think I said I would, so I probably should stick to that and just do it. But I don't know if I'm actually going to do it or not. I'll see. Because it'd be weird if I don't actually finish all the episodes. Well, you know, I could maybe watch the last 3 seasons on my own, you know, like the seasons after season 9 if I don't react to them. I could watch them on my own and make a ranking out of that, perhaps. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so real quick, I'm just gonna go use the bathroom. I'm also gonna take a allergy pill thing because hopefully that'll help with this itchy nose problem. Get more water and, you know, do the whole shebang. So I'll be right back. Yeah, just gonna do that because I want to be able to stream without going like this every 5 seconds because of my nose. Oh my goodness. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Uh, so yeah, I took some allergy medicine. Hopefully that helps. Because I think it's related to allergies. I think it's all related to allergies, but it just gets kind of like, you know, worse when I'm streaming because of all the lights and the constant talking and the heat, something like that. Hopefully it helps. Okay, let's look down. Better Tarantino film, Inglourious Bastards or Django Unchained? I prefer Django Unchained. It's actually in my top 50 movies, I think, of all time. It's up there. Did you watch Abigail? Yes, I posted a YouTube short review on it, actually. I didn't do a full review, but I posted a YouTube short. I did really enjoy it. I've been watching the Shrek movies lately, but I'm sure you've seen them. I've seen the first two. I haven't seen 3 and 4, which I'm pretty sure most people don't like 3 and 4 as much as 1 and 2. So, but I've seen the first two. Have you seen The Killer by David Fincher? I did watch it. I didn't react to it though, but I did watch it. I was debating if I should react to it or not, but I decided to watch it. I watched it with my mom, so I just, just wanted to have a movie to watch with her, but did not do it for a reaction. What season of American Horror Story are you most excited for? It's kind of hard to get really excited because it's like I don't really know anything about the seasons. I guess 1984, I know it's probably going to take place in 1984, so that excites me, but other than that, I really don't know because I don't know anything about the seasons, which I like to keep it that way. I don't really want to know anything about them, but hard to get excited because I really have no idea what those seasons are like. Godzilla: The New Empire is the worst movie ever. Godzilla fan says that. To be fair, that is a movie that I feel like it's just not a really good like Godzilla movie. I definitely was disappointed by it. I'll give you that. And I did a ranking of all the Godzilla movies, or at least like 95% of them, which is a fun video, by the way. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a lot of work put in that video. And I feel like not a lot of people watched it. I was so disappointed. I mean, it makes sense. I get it. Like, not everyone's gonna want to watch it, but it was. I sat there and watched like 50 Godzilla movies because like I'm gonna make this big ranking video, and it didn't do that well, but it's all right. It's all good. But the New Empire, the new one, I didn't love it. I didn't really hate it though either, so I thought it was fine. I think you mentioned you want to get into more vampire stuff, so you should react to Interview with a Vampire show. It's so good, and season 2 is airing now. Oh, actually, yeah, I thought about that. Isn't it a movie as well? I think there's a movie and a show. Am I wrong on that? I could be wrong. What's the next movie or movie series you plan on watching for the channel? Well, movie, I talked about that before. There's Bad Boys 2 and 3. I'll be uploading those soon. Split, Memento will be uploaded soon. In terms of series, like movie series, well, when we finish the Bad Boys movies, I should start a new series, but I'm not honestly sure what series to start. Maybe I'll do The Hobbit soon. That'll be good. Fast and the Furious I want to do someday, but I want to wait till there's a new movie coming out, and there's like 10 of those to do, so we'll do that eventually for sure. I'm not sure what else. I feel like I've seen most of the really popular movie franchises, What is the last couple of movies you watched at the cinema? Furiosa, I think, was the last one I saw in theaters. Yeah, I want to say Furiosa. I think it was Furiosa, yeah. Right? I think so. I could be wrong, though. I could be forgetting something. Oh, no, technically I saw Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters. I watched that in the re-release. So technically No Way Home, but if we're talking new movies, then I think Furiosa. Yeah, Carl Urban as Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2. That would be fun. Are there any movies you refuse to watch? I don't know about refuse to watch, but like there's a lot of movies like, have you ever seen those disturbing iceberg videos where it's like they go really deep and then they get into like the really disturbing movies? I probably wouldn't watch those, like the most disturbing I'll go is maybe I'll watch like The Human Centipede. Like I don't want to watch that, but that's actually pretty tame compared to some other movies out there. There's some sick movies that are just disgraceful. Like why do they exist? And I probably won't watch those. So I guess the thing is sometimes you don't know if a movie's going to be like that until you watch it. But like, I feel like sometimes we just kind of know, like I've always heard about a Serbian film and I'm not gonna watch that. I've heard fucked up things about it, so why would I watch it? Um, and I like disturbing movies. I like dark movies, but like there's a line. You know what I mean? There's a line, and if you cross that, I'm probably just not interested. You know what I mean? I'm gay only during the wins, and I think you're hot. Do you work out? How much can you lift? What do you mean only during the winds? What does that mean? What does the winds mean? Like when it's windy out? I do work out though, yeah. Not as much as I should though. I've been slacking lately. I used to go like 6 days a week back in like 2021, but like lately I've been so busy. I don't know. Magna. So it is Magna. Magna. No, it's not Magna. It's manga. Manga. Manga? No, manga. That's how you say it, right? Pretty sure that's how you say it. I feel like I've learned your name before, but I forgot. Movie Fusion. I'm kidding. The name's Dan. I don't usually say it, but at the same time, I don't mind saying it. It's just one of those things where it's like, I just don't have any meaning to say it most of the time. So, but I have no problem letting people know. The Slasher Show is really good. I never heard of that. I would suggest to see Bad Boys 4 in the theaters and give it a review. Like I said, either I'll do that or I'll do a reaction when it comes out online. I'm not too sure. It'll probably end up being the reaction though, because honestly, like, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to see it in theaters. So, have you seen the Karate Kid? Yeah, actually, I have seen the original Karate Kid, but none of the other ones. I know I'm pretty sure there's a sequel and a remake and stuff. I haven't seen any of those, but I have seen the Karate Kid. But the thing is when I watched it, it was in a very odd environment. And by odd environment, I mean it was in school. Like I watched it in school. Like our teacher showed us it, and so, and this was a while ago. So I mean, like, it wasn't the best experience to watch a movie. I mean, you're watching it on what do they call those things? The smart boards or whatever. Like it's not the best experience to watch a movie, you know. But I mean, I do remember it for the most part. So. I've watched your Game of Thrones reactions for a second time through. They're great. I hope we get more spin-offs. Thank you for watching them. And yeah, I hope we do get a lot. I know they already have the one Hedge Knight one planned for next year. So that's good. And then obviously we've got, more House of the Dragon and hopefully even more. I want to see them do movies though. I talked about that online. I want to see them do movies. Like I feel like there's some Game of Thrones stories that would work well as a movie, and games too. Like they got to do some games. I thought a great idea. If they're going to do a story game, do Robert's Rebellion in a video game. Like that would be fucking perfect. You don't have to worry about getting, younger looking actors that are supposed to look like those characters from Game of Thrones. You can literally just do a game of them and you can just do them animated. So it doesn't really matter, like you can make them look however you want to make them look. Like that'd be fucking awesome. Let you explore the whole of Westeros and, obviously with some, like scale it down so it fits in a video game, but that'd be really sick. I'm assuming this little conversation here is when I left for a little. Yeah, so did you ever find out why you yawn a lot? No, to be honest, I don't really question my yawning. I do that a lot though. I have a lot of weird things going on with like this area. Like there's so many little things. It might all be related to allergies. It probably is. Maybe I need to do something about that, but like so the nose thing, right? That's what I just talked about, the itchy nose. That's frequent. For a while I've had this right here. It's really hard. You can't ever see on reactions, but there's this like thing here. I usually don't talk about like personal health things, but I'll talk about it a little bit here. It's like it feels like it's really hard to explain, but this little part of my chin is kind of like sticking out a little bit, right? It's not like that over here. This part is more normal, right? So this little thing, and I was always worried about what it was. So I went into the ear, nose, and throat doctor, right? And they told me a couple of things that they think it might be, and they even mentioned that there's something up with my salivary glands, right? They talked about my salivary glands. Some of them aren't that like active, so I don't salivate enough, right? And so they ended up doing some tests. They did a scan. I think it was it a CAT scan? I don't remember. It was some kind of scan, and they wanted to test this to see if there was any, like, I think, what were they looking for? It wasn't tonsil stones. I think it was salivary stone. No, what was it? It was something. It was something that they thought was blocking my salivary glands, and it ended up coming up clean. Like, there was nothing wrong with me. So I was like, what do you mean there's nothing wrong with me? Like, there is something here. They told me there's nothing wrong with me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then the guy just told me, he's like, oh, just, yeah, no, suck on some lemon drops and it'll probably fix itself. 2 years later, it's still like this. I haven't gone back, but I probably should go back because it's still there. It doesn't bother me as much as it used to, but like, still, it's still something. This isn't normal. It feels weird. I don't know if that's related to my itchy nose or yawning a lot. I have no idea, but they could be all related. I have no idea. Did you watch Furiosa? Yeah, I did. I loved it. Fantastic movie. Favorite movie of the year so far, for sure. What sucks about YouTube Shorts is they rarely send out notifications for them. Oh, yeah, that is true. Yeah. And if you're not someone who frequently looks through YouTube Shorts, you might not come across it. Any foreign horror films you like to watch or watch before? Oh, there's a lot that I want to watch. Oh, you're asking which ones I like. Oh, I'll pull them up right now, actually, because I could read off my Letterboxd. Which, by the way, if you're not following my Letterboxd, link in the description and go check it out. Go check it out. It's a good way to know what movies I watched and haven't watched, because I rate every movie I've ever seen on this. But I have a list for international movies specifically, so I can tell you what my favorite international horror films are. So I guess Train to Busan, if you count that, would be my favorite. Godzilla Minus One, does that count as a horror movie? I don't know, but that's up there. Wreck from 2007, that's up there. Let the Right One In. Yeah, those are the ones, the main ones, I guess, right? When Evil Lurks came out last year, that was pretty good. I didn't like Raw, though. Raw was a movie I watched. I didn't like it that much. I don't know. I watched it like a year or two ago. I think I watched it on Halloween. I didn't like it that much. I've seen that new Mad Max movie, and a bit of a warning, don't eat anything heavy while watching it. I'm sure glad I didn't. Yeah, there was some brutal stuff in it, yeah. Do you think The Boys is going to have a satisfying ending? I hope so. I think season 5 is a good place to end it, though. I don't know. I feel like the problem with the show is they have this main focus on this main storyline that they're not trying to do. Like here's an example, right? When I first started watching the show, I honestly thought Homelander was going to be a storyline that was going to end at like one season, and then the show was going to still go on with other storylines, other characters, right? I didn't think they were going to just focus on this one thing the whole time, the whole series. And I'm okay with that, but like, you have to have enough in it to do that without it feeling like a back and forth, right? And I think for the most part, they've done a good job at that. But I feel like season 5, you really have to make all of it come together in a way that's satisfying, doesn't feel forced, and I mean, I guess, yeah, satisfying and doesn't feel forced, right? So I hope it ends up good, but I really don't know. I really don't know. There's a show called These About to Die, starring Ramsay Bolton's actor as the main character. All episodes released July 18th. Good to know. I think The Hobbit would get views, to be honest. Perhaps. My Lord of the Rings reactions did well, which I uploaded those like 3 years ago, though. Favorite season of The Boys? Probably season 2, to be honest. Like, I really thought about it. Like, the first 3 seasons, they're very close, I would say. but I feel like season 2 was the most consistent and probably the most entertaining. Season 1 was a good start. Season 3 has the highest highs though, because I feel like Hero Gasm was like the greatest episode in the show. Everything with, Butcher and the Temp V, like all that stuff was really good. But then there's some storylines in that season that I think just really suck that kind of bring it back a little bit. But majority of the season has really high highs. But season 2 is more consistent, I feel like. Like everything in season 2 was really good. Love the stuff with Becca. Stormfront was a really fucked up villain. And I think Homelander was probably at his best in that season too, in terms of how entertaining he was. So I want to say season 2 was the best one. Wonka was definitely the last amazing movie I saw in theaters. I liked Wonka. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Even though it was not my kind of movie. Like, I'm not usually the type of person to like, musicals, like, more, I would say more family-friendly musical, like kind of what the movie was. But I don't know, I thought it was fun. It's a good movie. I think Don Mancini's plan is to release season 4, and then the movie, which will feature characters from the show, and then season 5, which will feature characters from the movie. That's if they can get it renewed, though. Like, there's no guarantee he's going to get it renewed. And I feel like by now, they probably would have renewed it. So he's either got to, like, pitch something or something. I have no idea, but he has to convince them to renew it. But like I said, I'd rather they just do a movie. Favorite character from The Boys? Butcher, probably. Butcher and Homelander. Well, in terms of his character being very interesting, obviously. I always have to specify that because I feel like some people have, like, no understanding of that concept of like, okay, it's a fictional show. Me saying I like a character does not mean I think I doesn't mean I approve of their actions. You know what I mean? People get so warped up in fiction, they start taking it like it's real life, and they're like, how can you like Homelander? He's evil. It's a character. I'm entertained by him. Like, obviously he's evil, but like he's entertaining. So of course he's one of my favorite characters. But Butcher probably is number 1. So yeah, probably them too. I feel like they are both the main appeal of the show, like they're probably most people's favorites. What's up, Robert? How you doing? Do you like stand-up comedy? I mean, I've never been to like a stand-up comedy show, but I'll get like videos of those on like TikTok all the time and YouTube Shorts, and they're sometimes entertaining. I mean, I'm not like only reason I'm not a big fan of it is because sometimes it's kind of forced. Like, you can tell they stole this joke from someone else and they're just doing like, I've seen the same joke sometimes said like again and again and again. It's like, okay, like the 20th time I've heard this joke, and like it's like, come on. And the thing is their jokes are usually like personal stories too, but they turn these stories into jokes. So if I know it wasn't actually a true story and it's just your build up to a joke, then like it's not as entertaining. Like, it's more entertaining when you're actually using real life things that happen to you and then making a joke out of it, rather than just being like, let me make up some random story that never happened for a joke. You know what I mean? And a lot of comedy I feel like is like that, unfortunately, but some of it's good. Forgot about the 007 movies. Oh yeah, James Bond. I was gonna do those. I haven't gotten around to them, but the Daniel Craig Jason Bond movies I will react to. I don't know when, but at some point. If you're looking for a good romance movie, I would say Love, Rosie. Well, unfortunately, I have seen Love, Rosie, so I cannot react to it. But I do like that movie a lot, though, I will say. I watched it with my girlfriend. She showed me it. I think, was it this year or was it last year? I don't know. But we watched it. Have you heard of the French horror movie Red Rooms? No, I have not. You should watch Jack Reacher. Oh, that's another show I want to watch. Dude, there's too many freaking shows and movies, man. I can never watch them all. The Tamest Human Centipede movie is the first one. The last 2 are brutal. I've actually seen some clips from it because me and my friends, when we were like 16 or something, like we actually put the movies on Netflix once and like just skipped to the gross scenes just to watch it because we're kids. We want to see gross stuff. That's how kids are. And I've never seen the full movie all the way through though, but I've seen some of the gross scenes in them, and yes, they are foul. Yes, but they still are somehow tame compared to a lot of fucked up movies out there, which is weird. I don't want to sit through it, but honestly, just for the culture, I feel like I should sit through them. I don't think I would do that for the channel because I could never get those videos uploaded. Like they would never get uploaded, man. But like for the culture, I feel like I should. I don't know. Check Hitman, very enjoyable movie. I actually really want to watch Hitman, yeah. Have you watched Breaking Bad? If you didn't, you should react to it. Great show. Also, if you want more after the finale, there's always Better Call Saul. I really wish I haven't seen Breaking Bad because that would be an incredible reaction series to do, but I've already seen it. I watched it actually like 10 years ago. Like I watched it so long ago. And Better Call Saul I haven't finished though. I'm only on season 4. And I debated on just doing reactions to the last 2 seasons, but like I don't know, man. Like I don't know how many people would be interested in that. I really don't know. Because like usually reactions, you watch it starting at the beginning, and like how many reactions do you see where it's already an old show and someone's starting it at season 5? Like I just don't think it would do that well, but I don't know. Yeah, Memento was very, very unique. Absolutely loved it. Thoughts on reacting to Dexter? I would love to do that, yeah. Dexter is definitely on my polls for the TV shows, the next ones I do. I've watched all of them and sat through the whole thing. It scared me. Sat through all of what? Please don't tell me the Human Centipede. Why is Homer Simpson calling me a nerd? Come on, man. I yawn when I'm nervous. That could be what causes it. I don't know. Are you going to react to Maxine? I might see Maxine in the theaters, actually. I'm the largest Star Trek fan here. Well, that's a big claim. You don't know for sure. There might be a bigger fan than you. You don't know for sure. Actually, fun fact. Oh my God, this is such a this pissed me off so much. The Star Trek movies I watched, the recent ones, right? I reacted to Star Trek Beyond, and I uploaded that video a couple weeks ago. It got copyright claimed, like not copyright claimed, copyright striked, like a full strike. So my channel, unless I remove it, is gonna get a strike in 2 days, which is so frustrating. And I was sitting there to myself, and I was like, you know, do I want to remove this and then have to re-upload it, which will probably get like no views? Or should I just leave it up, get the strike, and then appeal the strike, and then hope I win? It's a hard choice, but I've done that before and I've won. So every time I've done that, I've won. So I feel like I should just do that. I don't know, because I'm abiding by fair use. Like they shouldn't be able to copyright claim me, or strike me, but they're trying. So I check your letterbox every day to see what movies may or may not be coming on the channel. I appreciate that. I think it's a good way to, because like honestly, you know, I tell a lot of people that like if you want to know what movies I've seen, just go on Letterboxd. It's a good way to do it. What is your opinions on the show Lost? Hard to say because I haven't watched it since I was like 10. Actually, you know what? I've debated this. I'm not sure, but I want to rewatch Lost because, like I said, I haven't seen it since I was really young and I don't remember most of it. Like, I remember a couple of big things, but majority of it is a blank to me, right? So I was thinking, should I do a reaction series to it, even though I've already seen some of it? Like, when I say I watched it as a kid, I mean I watched some of the episodes. Like, I don't actually think I ever sat there and watched every single episode because I was a kid. I didn't really watch television like that. I think I just put on random episodes that looked good and then like watched the action scenes and then like skipped it or something. So I've always thought maybe I should react to it. Of course, I know a lot of the spoilers, but this is what I thought, right? Because of that, because I already know so many spoilers, I thought, would it be interesting? And this probably wouldn't happen anytime soon, but it could be interesting to watch it with my girlfriend, right? Have her on, and then she hasn't seen it before. She knows none of the spoilers. So she'd be getting her first time reaction to it, whereas I'd be watching it through for the first time in terms of like all the way through, but knowing some of the spoilers, I wouldn't say anything about them though. You know what I mean? That could be a way we'll make that work, but like I said, that probably wouldn't happen anytime soon. It's just a thought. I think that could be fun, but I don't know. Because Lost is from what I remember, it was great, but I like I said, I don't like. I remember some of the major deaths and some of the major moments, but anything in between, I don't remember at all. You could tell me something like, "Oh, this character," I'm gonna be like, "I don't know who the fuck that is." Like, I know the faces, but like the names, I don't remember. I don't remember the events. Like a lot of it, I don't remember. Because I probably put it on in the background while I played with Legos or something. Like, you know what I mean? I just didn't really like pay attention. So perhaps about the yawning and itchy nose, maybe it's some respiratory thing, but I'm glad it's nothing serious. I really hope it's nothing serious. Have you seen Inside Out 2? No, but I'm definitely going to see it. I'm probably going to find some time the next week to see it in theaters. How would you rank the Lost seasons? Like I said, I can't even do that because I don't remember them. So I don't know which seasons. I don't know. I can't really, which is why I feel like a reaction series could actually be something that works. Have you seen X? Yes, I have seen X. And I saw Pearl. Yes, I did the reaction to that, but I didn't react to X because I saw X in theaters actually. So yeah, but I liked Pearl more than X, to be honest. I still like X. There's just not as much. Have you seen The Last Kingdom? Nope. Can you rank the Christopher Nolan movies you've watched? Sure. I'll actually pull up my Letterboxd list to let you know exactly what my ranking is. Okay. So I've seen all of his movies except for I haven't seen Tenet and I haven't seen Insomnia. But that's it. I've seen all his other movies. So, which I do plan on watching Tenet and Insomnia one of these days. I just haven't gotten around to it. So his worst movie. So I've seen 10 of his movies. In 10th, I would say Following. I'm sure most of you haven't even seen Following. It's his first feature-length movie, and it probably is his weakest movie. But your worst movie being your first is a pretty good sign. It means you've improved as a director, you know. It's still a good movie, though. I'd still give it like an 8 out of 10. It's just compared to his other work, it's obviously not as good. Then Dunkirk would be in my number 9. Even though I loved Dunkirk, like this is a director I absolutely love. So, you know, all this work I think is incredible. Dunkirk, fantastic. I just don't think the story was as good as it could have been. It doesn't really have much story to it. It's more of a visual movie, if we're being honest. But it's great. Number 8 is Memento, which again, loved it, but it's just compared to these other movies, just don't like it as much. 7, The Prestige, again, love it. Not as much as the other ones. 6, Batman Begins. 5, The Dark Knight Rises. 4, Oppenheimer. 3, The Dark Knight. 2, Inception. 1, Interstellar. Interstellar and Inception being in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. So, yeah, that is my Christopher Nolan ranking. I have no idea where Tenet will rank in that, or Insomnia. Did you watch any of Mike Flanagan's shows? I watched 6 episodes of The Haunting of Hill House, and then I stopped watching it. But not because I didn't like it. I just lost track of time. Not lost track of time, but like couldn't find the time to finish it. And then it became so long since I've watched it that I wanted to just restart it because I'm like, I don't even remember most of the show. I should probably restart it before I get to it again. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate it. From this year, Doom Part 2 is the best film, followed by Furiosa. For me, it's the other way around. I think Furiosa is the best, and then Doom Part 2 is my second favorite. But I'm assuming most people prefer Doom Part 2. Where were we? Raw was gross. Yeah, it was pretty gross. My favorite characters from The Boys are Homelander, MM, and Kimiko, and Butcher too. Yeah, they're all great. There's a lot of good characters in that show. What do you think of the Terrifier movies? Terrifier 1 is a really meh B movie, horror movie. Like, it's just not very great. It's fine, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Terrifier 2 is one of my favorite slasher movies in the past decade. So There's a huge gap between Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2. I think Terrifier 2 is fantastic. So, reaction on my channel to Terrifier 2, by the way. If you want to see me react to that nasty ass but fantastic movie, go watch that. But 3 comes out this year. I'm really looking forward to that. Not a question, but please don't give up on American Horror Story. I'm looking forward to watching you see the later seasons. So yeah, I'm not sure which one of those seasons are which in terms of like the numbers, but at least up to season 9, I would like to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll get through all of them. You guys hear that slam? I know what it was though. It's nothing serious, but we have this like gate thing that we have to keep the dog out of another area of the house, and sometimes it falls and it like slaps against the ground when it falls. I would be interested in Better Call Saul season 5 and 6. They are incredible. They have some incredible episodes. Yeah, I'm debating it because like I know there would be an audience there to watch it, but like I don't know how that would work in the algorithm, because when you're starting a show that far late into it, I don't know, it'd be weird. It was announced a few days ago that Squid Game has already filmed a 3rd season before season 2 was even aired. Really? I didn't know that. I forgot season 2 was coming out this year. Completely forgot about that. Still plenty of horror movies you haven't seen? That is true. There's so many. Actually, there's one horror movie I want to watch so badly for some reason. I can't tell you why. I really don't. But like, I just want to watch it. It's called Possession from the 80s, I think. And the little clip I've seen from it looks fantastic. Well, not really a clip. It's more of a GIF I see online. And there's like a poster that, or like the backdrop on Letterboxd, right? For some reason, there's something about it that's like, I feel like that's a movie I want to watch. So I might do it. And they just announced a remake of it, I think, recently. So I'll probably watch that for a reaction, maybe. Do you think COD could work as a movie? Yes. Oh my God. I've been wanting that for so many goddamn years, and it would work so perfectly, right? So literally just do the Modern Warfare trilogy, the original Modern Warfare trilogy, as a movie trilogy. It would be perfect. And for who to direct it, I would say either I would probably go with, I'm gonna say, I'm forgetting his name, so I'm gonna look it up. The director of Extraction. I don't remember his name though. That was that dude's name. Sam Hargrave. Yeah, Sam Hargrave. So he directed Extraction 1 and Extraction 2. Those movies have like Call of Duty level action, right? So he would be a great director for a Call of Duty movie. I think also, well, this other director I feel like could do a good job, but yeah, I don't know. Christopher McQuarrie, he did the recent Mission Impossible movies. I think he would be a great choice too. He also did a Jack Reacher movie. I didn't know about that. But yeah, so either of those two guys would probably be my choices, but I don't know, man. A Modern Warfare trilogy of movies would be amazing. And you could also do the Black Ops movies too. You can do you wouldn't have to bother with Black Ops 3, but do like World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 as a trilogy. Or World at War doesn't connect enough to Black Ops 1 for it to really work as its own thing. You could even just split up Black Ops 2 into 2 movies if you really wanted to. And I guess Cold War can fit in there. I don't know. There's a lot that can adapt from the games that could turn into movies. Some people say they prefer a TV show, but I think I'd prefer a movie. I wouldn't want to see that shit being stripped out to a TV show. I'd want to see that on the big screen. So nah, I'd love to see COD movies though. Even zombies, COD zombies movies, those would be great. The lump in your jaw could be a knot in the muscle there. Yeah, I'm not sure, because it depends. If that's something that's like, it's been here for 4 years though. Like it's been here for a while, or I guess 3 years, something like that. So if that's something that lasts that long, then sure, yeah, it could be that, I guess. As long as it's not a big deal, then I'm fine with it. It sometimes bothers me, like especially when I eat certain foods, it like gets kind of numb, but it's not the end of the world. As long as it's not like a health problem, then yeah, I'm fine. Have you seen R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour? That movie? Like oh my god, dude, my nose is getting really bad. Like, holy shit. Let me try blowing it, see if that helps. And the thing is, it's really weird because it's not like there's anything in my nose. It's not like I'm like stuffy and like, you know, that's not like, it's literally just an itch. You know what I mean? It's fucking insane. I gotta figure it out because like, if it wasn't for this, I'd probably live stream like every day. Like, because it just sucks, man. It's like this constant itch, and it's the worst when I'm doing a video game stream too. Because I'm sitting there playing a game, I gotta keep going up to my nose to itch. It's like, it's terrible. I'm glad you enjoyed Furiosa. I can't believe it's bombing at the box office. We may never get to see we might never get to see Tom Hardy as Max again. Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't do that well. I don't know. I guess it's just more of a niche thing. It's, you know, hardcore film fans, but I'm not sure. It looked great. The trailers looked great. So I love the videos of your second channel. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Crystal. I appreciate it. Did I miss a donation? Oh, fuck, Mike Barnes. I'm so sorry. I thought I saw a donation before, but I just completely, like, it wasn't showing anymore. For some reason, it wasn't showing. I apologize, Mike Barnes, but thank you so much for the $2. You should react to Cobra Kai perhaps someday. That would be fun. I know there's, like, what, like 4 or 5 seasons? Let's see if I missed any other super chats, because I thought about that. I'm like, wait, I thought I saw one, and then it just kind of disappeared. But yeah, okay, there we go. Let's find where we were. Please do a reaction series on rewatching Lost, please. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun. Fusion loves the I movies. What is the I movies? I don't know what that means. Have you seen the slasher movie You're Next? No, actually, but that's definitely on my watch list. Definitely on my watch list. Sup, Skullraiser? You skipped my question before. I'm asking it again. For you, what is the best episode of television history? For me, it's Everything Everyone's Waiting, season 5, episode 12, 6 Feet Under. I would say Too Far Gone from The Walking Dead's my favorite, or Ozymandias from Breaking Bad. Too Far Gone's the governor episode. Well, not the governor episode. The governor attack in the prison episode in season 4. Ozymandias, I think everyone knows what that is from Breaking Bad. And there's a couple Game of Thrones episodes that would be up there. A couple Daredevil episodes too. Stranger Things is a couple of good episodes. I don't know. I would probably just go with Too Far Gone though. I feel like that's the one that like impacted me the most, you know. Why isn't anyone active on the chat? I feel like there's quite a few people here. I don't know. Where was I looking? I saw a comment I wanted to answer. Oh no, I was going to say to this, you skipped my question. Yeah, no, I can't read all the questions, unfortunately. I know some people aren't going to be happy about that, but if I was actually reading every single comment, we would be here all day, and I would never catch up to the chat, you know. So I can't read every single thing, but I try my best to read what like sticks out, you know. I need to get my bread up. Hire me as an off-screen nose scratcher. Oh my god. Why you got a girlfriend? I don't know. I just do. I don't know. There's movies, but there's also a TV show that had 4 seasons. Oh, I haven't seen that. No, I've seen the Haunting Hour movie, I think, but not the TV show. What do you think of the new House of the Dragon episode? I love it. Fantastic. I thought it was incredible. Not like the best episode of the show so far, but it was up there for me. It was phenomenal. Really looking forward to the rest, for sure. What's up, I'm So Awesome Face? How you doing? You got around to watching the Chandler Riggs Spider-Man short film yet? I did. Yes, I did watch it. That was actually really cool. Oh, honestly, when I originally heard about that, I thought it was going to be the full like feature-length movie, but I didn't think it was just a short film. It was still fantastic, though. Still really good. I think we are caught up with the chat now, which is good. And usually when I'm caught up, that means I could probably start scrolling back up and look into other comments. But I'll also look at the, you know, the ones we're getting currently, which I think people probably prefer reading the comments as they're coming, you know. Did you see there's a Quiet Place game coming out? Yeah, I saw that actually. It looks really cool. What's special about Terrifier 1 is that there's no final girl. Yeah, I guess technically. But I don't know, it doesn't make the movie any better for me. I just don't think the movie works, you know? But Terrifier 2 was like another level, you know? Thoughts on Interview with the Vampire? Have never seen it. Invasion of the Nose Scratchers. I actually have seen the Body Snatchers one though, from the 80s or the 70s, was it? I've seen that movie. I saw the movie Bottoms on your Letterboxd watch list. Will it be for the channel or on your own? Oh, I don't know. I had a lot of stuff to my watch list. I have 1,000 movies on that thing, but it's usually just a movie that I have, if I have any relative interest in, and might watch it in the future. So I don't know if that'll be for the channel or somewhere else. I have no idea, but you know, you never know. Would you consider watching Korean shows? It depends on the show, I guess. I'm never opposed to it. You know, if it's a good show, I'll watch it. Keep Watch Burn, The Walking Dead Season 9, Game of Thrones Season 4, Breaking Bad Season 4. Oh, it hurts to burn The Walking Dead, but I'd probably burn The Walking Dead Season 9 because, I don't know, man. Game of Thrones Season 4, Breaking Bad Season 4, those are hard to beat. Well, Keep Watch. What's the difference between those? I guess Watch is you just watch it once, and then Keep is you keep it forever. I think Game of Thrones is more rewatchable, so I'd probably keep Game of Thrones Season 4 and then watch Breaking Bad Season 4. What about Tales from the Crypt or any anthology series? In terms of reacting to them, if there is enough interest someday, then maybe. Yo, what's up, Revived? How you doing? What's the most boring movie you've watched? Mine is Arrival. Damn, really? Arrival, I loved Arrival, but you know, I could see why some people don't like it. In terms of boring movie, boring. I've seen so many movies, it's hard to like just think of one off the top of my head of what's really boring. I'm gonna look at my letterbox right now. I'm gonna look my film list. I'm gonna sort it by lowest rated because I'm assuming if I thought a movie was really boring, I would rate it kind of low. The Last Airbender was really boring, like the one by M. Night Shyamalan. The Exorcist 2 was pretty terrible, pretty boring. I guess terrible is different than boring because sometimes it can be terrible but still kind of entertaining. Oh, Skinamarink. Skinamarink was so boring. Yeah, I'll give it to Skinamarink. That is the most boring movie of all time. It's literally just shots of like furniture for almost an hour and a half. It's easily the most boring movie I've ever seen. I don't know why I watched it. Does your girlfriend know how lucky she is? Other way around. Other way around, Cuddle Cakes. Would you ever react to stand-up comedy or other venues of entertainment? I wouldn't react to stand-up comedy, but I mean, I watch it on my own. But I don't know if I would react to that, though. I don't know. Other venues of entertainment. Probably not. I don't know, because I feel like the most I would do is maybe like a reality show, but I probably still wouldn't do that. I don't like reality shows. I don't know. I just don't think I would, to be honest. Favorite dragon from House of the Dragon? I'll show you right now. I'll go get it. Oh shit! She lost a wing! She lost a wing! Caraxes right here. Look at that. Look at that. Her wing falls off sometimes though. It doesn't stick on. I don't know why. Get in there. They gave me a faulty product. But definitely, look at that. Shit's pretty cool. I should put it in the background of my videos. I don't know where I'd fit it though. Like I don't really have anywhere to put it. It's just kind of sitting over here. Vagar is pretty sick too though. Favorite Star Wars episode? Like from any Star Wars show? Honestly, season 2, episode 5 of The Mandalorian. The first one with Ahsoka. I love that one. Ahsoka episode 4 is really good too. And Andor See, oh wait, whoa! I completely forgot about the animated stuff. I was thinking live action Star Wars. Andor season 1 episode 10 is really solid too. But in terms of any Star Wars episode, I would have to go with season 7 episode. Is it 10 or 11? Whatever one Ahsoka fights Darth Maulin, that is the best Star Wars episode of all time for sure. Which I did react to on this channel. I didn't react to the whole show, but I reacted to those final 4 episodes. Some of the best Star Wars stuff ever, for sure. But that episode, I think it was 10. I think it's my favorite episode of Star Wars. Unless you mean Star Wars movie. If you're talking about Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens is my favorite Star Wars movie. But if you meant like episodes and the TV show stuff, then you know. I really want to see Megan and Lisa Frankenstein. I honestly didn't like Lisa Frankenstein. Might be a hot take. I didn't like it. I wish I did. I really wish I did, but it did not work for me. And Megan I thought was fun, but kind of not as good as I was hoping, but it's still fun. I recommend The First Omen on my to-do list in terms of reactions. Definitely going to react to The First Omen. Who's your favorite House of the Dragon character? For me, none of them are likable. Well, a lot of them are like, they got their negative attributes, but they're all really great characters though, you know. I want to say favorite though. I really want to say Allison. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I don't like her the most in terms of who she is as a person, but she's such a good character though. It's either her or Rhaenyra, but I don't know. It's close. It's close. I mean, I know, maybe Viserys even. I know he's not going to be in the second season, but, he was fantastic. Yes, Whiplash is on my watch list. Did you see Norman Reedus said Daryl season 2 finale is the best hour of Walking Dead to date? You think he's overhyping? Actually, I was there in person when he first said that. Just fun fact. I don't know if anybody knows this. If you didn't know already, I did go to see the Daryl Dixon season 2 premiere, like live, the early premiere for it. And he did say that at the event. He said the season 2 finale is the best hour of The Walking Dead. I think actually said it's one of the best, but some articles are saying that he said it's the best. But I believe in person he actually said one of the best. But whatever. Still, he is hyping it up though. I don't know if he's overhyping. I can't say. He's probably said stuff like that before. And I mean, I don't know about him, but like other actors sometimes say it. And obviously they're going to hype up their own show. Why wouldn't they? That'd be dumb if they didn't hype it up. But he did say it with so much enthusiasm that like I believe it. I feel like it actually is going to be really solid. So we'll see. I'm excited for sure. Who wins, Lucy or Maximus? In terms of who's a better character? I mean, I like Lucy more, but if we're talking a fight, probably Maximus. I mean, Maximus was in the damn military, like, Have you seen Malcolm in the Middle? Yes, I love Malcolm in the Middle. Haven't watched like every episode, but you know how normally it is with like comedies for people. They've seen some episodes, they just haven't like actually sat down and watched all of it. That's how I am for Malcolm in the Middle. You should watch Waves. Cinematography is amazing, but it's very underrated in terms of reactions. Almost couldn't find any. I've never heard of it before, but it sounds good. All right, I want to stream for about another 30 minutes or so. So I'm going to take this time to use the bathroom. And I just saw a notification that it showed me that said ads will run shortly for some viewers. So this might be a good time to go to the bathroom during the ads, I guess. I don't think everyone's going to get the ads, but I think some people do, unfortunately. But I'm going to go do use the bathroom real quick, and then I'll be right back. And we'll do another 30 minutes or so, and then we'll call it a day. So, yeah, I'll be right back. Okay. All right. You guys got to give me some ideas for streams to do, because like I love doing the Q&As, but I kind of want to do some like other streams that are different in terms of like what we do. Like sometimes I did a stream where I ranked a bunch of TV shows I've seen, stuff like that. Like I don't know, I want to do some stuff like that for streams. That'd be fun. Wait, a Smile 2 trailer's dropping tomorrow? Oh, if there is a trailer, I'll definitely react to it. Yeah, I loved the first Smile. I thought it was great. If they drop a trailer tomorrow, yeah, I'll definitely drop a reaction to that. Will you ever react to Death Note? Yeah, like I said, I was talking about before. I want to see a lot of animes. I want to react to them, but there's a lot of copyright issues behind them, so maybe I won't. I'm not sure. Skinamarink is the most boring movie I've ever seen, but it at least cured my insomnia. Yeah, I mean, I did watch it as I was going to bed, so there's that. But I don't think I fell asleep during it, though. I wasn't like tired enough. Can only hope for a minute. Just wanted to say hope everything is going well. Oh, you meant like you can only hop in for a minute. Well, I appreciate it. I hope everything's going well for you too. Favorite slasher? A Nightmare on Elm Street. Do you think Deadpool 3 is going to break box office records? It already is, actually. I think it's currently tracking to be like the second highest R-rated movie of all time. Something like that. There's something that's breaking records for. I don't know. But I do think it might break the record for the highest box office for an R-rated movie. I think it will. I think currently it's Joker, right? Joker holds it at like 1 billion or something. I think this movie's going to get like 1.4 billion or something. It's going to get high. It's going to break records. Especially if they show like a new trailer and it has like really any cameos in it. I don't know if they're going to do another trailer, but if they show any big character that's going to be in it, like, yeah, I think people are going to come to see this. It's the only Marvel movie this year too. Like, yeah, well, MCU movie. The Walking Dead is great, and so are the spinoffs. I love the Whisper storyline, so good. I do love The Walking Dead as well. Will you react to all American Horror Story seasons? I've talked about this a bit before, but long story short, most likely not all of the seasons, but I'll definitely do at least a couple more seasons. I just know Skinamarink because of the Toy Story 3 toy phone. Yeah, that was a thing. What movie did you see that you thought it was gonna suck but surprised you? Terrifier 2 again. Maybe Terrifier 2 is a good option for that. There's got to be a better choice than that. I'm just gonna look through the list of movies I've seen. I don't know. What movie did I expect was not going to be that good and end up being amazing? I'm just kind of looking through. Saw X, maybe. I really liked Saw X. I thought that was going to suck. Yeah, I'll just go with that. That's a decent choice. Terrifier 2 is probably my number one choice for that, though, for sure. Yeah. I liked Smile a lot, too. I'm picking more recent movies. I guess if I picked an older movie, maybe I'd have a different choice, but I don't know. No, I mean, favorite Star Wars movie? Oh, well, I guess I told you anyways. It was The Force Awakens. Which I know was an unpopular choice. I know, but I can't even explain it. Like, it just is my favorite. I don't know. It's something about the way the story is told. I know it's very similar to A New Hope, but I don't care. Like, I think it's just done so well. I think the way they handle Han Solo in that one was fantastic. Kylo was handled very well in that one as well. Rey was a great character in that movie. I don't think she's great in the other movies as much, but I think she was great in The Force Awakens. Even Finn had a great story going on in that one. So I thought all the characters were great. I thought the movie was great. But I think most people agreed with me. Most people loved The Force Awakens when it first came out, but once The Last Jedi came out, everyone just started shitting on The Force Awakens, and they're like, "Oh, actually, I hate that movie the whole time." It's like, what do you mean you hate that movie the whole time? Everyone loved The Force Awakens when it came. I remember nothing but positivity. It was once The Last Jedi came out, that's when it just went like, and everyone started shitting on both of those movies at that point. I'm like, I get The Last Jedi hate, but like, I mean, The Force Awakens was still pretty good, most people nowadays are starting to actually come around on Last Jedi, though. Like, I see a lot of people actually loving The Last Jedi even more than The Force Awakens. Not everyone, but there's a group out there that's like that, and that's fine. But I personally still like The Force Awakens a lot more, and it's my favorite Star Wars movie. And then it'd probably be Revenge, and then Empire, the usual. But have you seen the Hunger Games saga? Yes, there are reactions. I have reactions to the whole franchise except for the newest one. But the newest one I did a review for. You're gonna love 1984? I hope so. Oh, and then you had a different question. What movie did you think was gonna be great but sucked? Ant-Man 3, maybe? I had high hopes for Ant-Man 3. I don't know if it sucked, though. I just really didn't like it that much. The Last Jedi, speaking of Star Wars, I didn't like The Last Jedi, even though I was really expecting a lot out of it. So maybe that's a decent choice for that. Can't think of anything else right now, though. I don't know. Will you ever react to Dexter? It's on the polls. Every time I do the TV show polls, I always put Dexter there. So definitely high chance I will react to that for sure. Is your girlfriend the one reacting with you in House of the Dragon? So actually, I want to talk about this because so we said before we started the reaction, we're sitting there like, should we even do a big introduction for you, or should we just jump into it? And we kind of agreed the reactions about House of the Dragon, we don't make a big deal out of this. Let's just jump into it and just do it. And so we didn't really get to a point where I clarified her relation to me. So we just kind of did it. Some people were mad. There were some comments that were like, why didn't you introduce her? I'm like, we just kind of agreed. We didn't really have to, but some of you are interested, and we are trying to keep our private lives as separate as possible. So for example, I'm not going to share her name. She doesn't want that shared. So, anybody asking her name, you're not going to get it. But if you want to call her something, I don't know, you're not getting her name. But yeah, we didn't want to go, make a big deal of it and, do a whole segment introduction. We just didn't feel like it was necessary. We're there for the reaction. That's what most of you are there for. That's just what we thought. But I do understand why people are curious. No problem with people asking that question. So yeah, I'll say now, yes. But we just didn't want, I don't know why. We thought about it. We were just like, I'm sure people will wonder, but that could just be an interesting, I honestly thought in my mind, I was like, it'd be kind of funny if everyone's trying to predict whether or not we are dating in the comments. I don't think that really turned out to work out that way, though. No one was really talking like that. Everyone was just pissed at me. They were just like, bro, why don't you tell us who the person is that you're with? I was like, all right, okay. So I'm not gonna, again, not trying to make any big deal about it because we don't want to get too much of our private lives into the YouTube stuff. But yes, to answer your question, yes. So I know a lot of people were wondering that, though. So, and I don't blame people for wondering. I'm not saying you can't wonder that, but we just thought of going about it a different way. But I always said to myself, I don't really mind if people know. I don't think she minds either. So we were like, yeah, we just didn't think that video we had to talk about it. You know what I mean? We just wanted to get to the reaction because that's what we were there for. And yeah, which the reason why I decided to include her in that is because, she's a big fan of the Game of Thrones, and I felt bad because I wanted to experience that with her, and because of the channel, I had to watch it on my own. And so I'm sitting here House of the Dragon season 2. I'm like, again, I don't want to have to experience this show for the first time separately. So why not just, bring her into the reaction, and she thought that would be fun to do. So that's why we're doing it. That's the long story short. Long story short. Actually, no, I feel like I was talking for a while there. Maybe that was a long story. I don't really know if I made that short. But yeah, no, I have no problem with people asking me that question. Some people thought I was like annoyed by it or something. I just said in the comments, I'm like, no, like I just didn't want to make a big deal of it. Didn't want to, that's all. That's all. Have you watched Lost? I talked about this before a little bit, but technically yes, but not really. I've seen episodes. I've seen many scenes. I know a lot of it, but I watched it when I was like 9. Don't remember like too much of it. So that's basically Lost to me. Have you ever thought about opening a channel about musical reactions? No, I don't think I'd do that. The only channel that I might open up as another channel on top of the 3 I already have is a food channel. Like I talked about this with my girlfriend a little bit. We discussed it, and this is probably something we wouldn't do for a while. But like she loves cooking and stuff. She's a big cooker, and I love food in terms of eating it. No, I mean I whenever she cooks, I usually help her. But like I think that'd be really interesting to make content out of that. Not necessarily in terms of like cooking and making videos out of that. That could be some of it, but also like just talking about like reviewing food and ranking it. Like I see so many channels like that, and I thought that'd be really fucking fun. But like I'm just possibly in the future. I have no idea, but it's just something I thought of. But I don't know. Would I open up on the other channels? I wouldn't do musical reactions, no. But I don't know. I used to watch Scream Queens. Fun fact, I've seen the first episode of Scream Queens. I don't know why. I randomly watched it one day like 5 years ago. I don't know. A while ago I watched it. The first episode. That's all I've seen though. I don't really remember it that much though. Have no idea if I'll ever do reactions to it though. Favorite actor and actress. Actor, Andrew Lincoln. Actress. Actress could be... I mean, I want to say like... I don't want to be boring and use another Walking Dead character, but... Walking Dead actor. I could say Denai Guerrero. I could say Lauren Cohen. But... maybe Emily Blunt or Natalie Portman. No. Toni Collette's really good. That could be a decent choice. I don't know. That one's a bit harder. I feel like Andrew Lincoln is like the one that like I know for sure is my favorite actor, but for actress, it's like there's so many good choices, but like it's hard for me to like just narrow it down to one, you know? What is the first movie you watched by what you remember? By what I remember, probably like Finding Nemo or something. I feel like it's the furthest back I can remember. Because I was born in the year 2000. So I'm assuming any memories I have probably started in like 2004, 2005. So probably Finding Nemo. Maybe like it was a Pixar movie, I'm sure. But I don't remember for sure. Did you see Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines? Yes, I didn't react to it though, but I watched it. Oh no. You know, I was talking about my nose being all itchy. Now I got an itchy throat. Maybe I'm just sick. God damn. No, it's not sick because like I said, every time I stream I get like this, but I don't know. I feel like people don't fully realize how exhausting talking is for like 2 hours straight. Like a lot of people shit talk streamers like, oh, it's such an easy job. Streaming is only easy if you don't care. Like if you don't try and you just sit there and just do whatever you're doing, like sure. But if you're sitting there talking for 2 hours straight, that is a very taxing thing on your body physically. Like you are dead by the end of it. Like, oh my goodness. I've done a 4-hour stream talking all the way through it. Oh my, I was like dead. Even just 2 hours, my throat's already dead. I feel like so tired. It is exhausting. which is probably why I don't stream as often as I would like to. But it is an exhausting thing for sure. But like streamers, if you're obviously just sitting there, just playing a game, not talking, like, yeah, okay, that's an easy way to stream for sure. But if you're trying hard and you're consistently like conversating, then it's a lot harder than people realize. Because most people don't talk for 2 hours straight. I mean, have you ever had a situation where you're sitting down talking 2 hours straight? It's not a common thing. I mean, if you're talking to someone, you're not talking for 2 hours straight to that person because they're talking and then you're letting them talk. While you're letting them talk, you're not speaking, which honestly, maybe I should get some people on these live streams to help with that. Because I feel like if I'm getting someone else to live stream with me, then we can work off of each other and I don't have to talk for 2 hours straight, you know? I might do that. I might try to get someone. But the problem is like, I don't know a lot of people that I necessarily... I could get my girlfriend in some of the streams, but obviously she's, you know, busy a lot of the time too. So, but I'm talking like other creators, like if I can get one to join me, I don't know. I'll think about it. I did do, I don't know if you guys saw it. I tweeted it out, but I did a couple live streams with Chainsaw Reacts. He does like these weekly streams where he talks about movies and stuff with people. And I joined two. I think I joined 2 of them so far. So maybe sometimes I'll join those if you want to watch those. But yeah, I'd love to get someone in here to talk stuff with. I've had a lot of ideas for videos. Like, I don't know, like I love debates. Like debates are so much fun. Like I want to get someone that disagrees with me on like everything and just debate them. Like that would be really fun to me. That's so funny. I didn't know he said that at the event you went to. Yeah, he did. It was part of the Q&A. And then I think he said it again in like an interview later on. So then, you know, the articles picked up on it and stuff. I second who said you should watch Scream Queens maybe one day. It is from the same creator of American Horror Story and has Emma Roberts in it. By the way, sorry if my English is kind of wonky. It is my second language. Oh no, I perfectly understood what you said. But yeah, I'd love to watch it someday. Like I said, I've seen the first episode, but I don't really remember it too much. All I remember is Emma Roberts being in it. That's all I remember. There was supposed to be a 3rd season movie of Scream Queens, but COVID ruined it. Interesting. Thoughts on King Kong 2005? That was a perfect remake done right. One of my favorite movies of all time. I fucking love King Kong. Peter Jackson's King Kong. So good. I'm surprised it doesn't have more love though. Like the ratings aren't crazy high for it online. So it always shocks me because I think it's one of the best looking movies, especially for its time. It's brilliantly executed. Fantastic music. I don't know. I love it. It's the best. Yeah, it's a perfect way to remake it because it was an old ass movie. It deserved a remake. And they did a damn good job at it. Did you know that the original Mad Max trilogy is canon to Fury Road? Wait, really? Mel Gibson and Tom Hardy are the same Max. I always assumed it was a reboot, like they rebooted it. But I guess they're just meant to be the same Max. Okay, interesting. Favorite X-Men, my favorite is Wolverine and Cyclops. Yeah, I'd say Wolverine for sure. I haven't seen The Patriot or Glory, no. I don't think so. Pretty sure I haven't. Get any new water squirters recently? Perhaps. Do you think comedies nowadays are not funny due to not offending anyone? That's an interesting conversation. A lot of people talk about that. I think it's hard for me to say because I haven't seen that many comedies. Like, I'm not a big comedy person in general. So, like, I'm not the best person to speak on it. But I do think comedy isn't as funny today as it was in, like, the 90s and 2000s and stuff. Like, my favorite comedies are from the 2000s and 90s, stuff like that. And even 2010s, like, I can't think of any comedy in the last, like, 6-7 years that I genuinely loved. But then again, like I said, I haven't seen that many. There are some that are great though. Like, to me, there's great comedy in movies that aren't comedies. Like, there's some really funny scenes in a lot of movies I've seen the past couple of years. It's just they're not comedies though. They're not meant to be comedies. They're an action movie that has comedy, or they're a horror movie that has comedy, or they're a whatever movie that has comedy, right? There's definitely funny moments in movies still, but yeah, they do they're definitely tamer comedy compared to maybe what we had before. And I get why. I'm not necessarily opposed to that, but I do think that does risk like, or it does create a situation where you can tell they are afraid to say certain things. Yeah, definitely. I think, it's pretty hard not to say that, but there are still some things that do go there, just not to the same extent. You know what I mean? So I do slightly think probably, but then again, I'm not a good person to speak on that because I don't watch that many comedies, so I don't know for sure, But like Bad Boys was hilarious. Like that was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen, and from the 90s. So I don't know. But no, there are some funny moments in a lot of movies I've seen recently. It's just usually not comedies though. It's usually just other movies that have comedy. I feel like a lot of comedies actually kind of suck. Like I watched the Bubble movie. What was it called? The Bubble or something that came out like 2 years ago. That was fucking awful. It was a Judd Apatow movie or whatever. It was terrible. It's the least funny thing I've seen in my entire life. Like straight trash. So I don't know. Really depends. Paranormal Activity is the most boring movie series, not scary with no good plot lines. I've never seen Paranormal Activity actually, so I don't know. One of the main characters of 6 Feet Under, Ruth Fisher, is played by Frances Conroy, who played a lot of the characters in American Horror Story, such as Moira Myrtle. Oh, that actress. Yeah, she's great. Did you ever watch that Nightmare on Elm Street fan film, Dylan's New Nightmare? Oh, I haven't actually. I didn't even know that was out yet. Maybe I'll watch it. I wouldn't react to it though. I'm probably never going to react to fan films. There's reasons for that. I feel like I don't like copyright wise. I don't mind. Like let's talk about ethics, right? Just ethically speaking, I don't think I'm doing anything wrong reacting to movies. They're large production films making lots of money. Like I'm not taking away any money from them by reacting to it. But I would be a little worried if like, I guess I could ask for permission, but like if it's a smaller fan film production, I want to really feel as comfortable reacting to it. But at the same time, I'm sure the guy wouldn't mind. But I don't know. I probably wouldn't react to it, but I'll probably watch it though. Are you gonna play Fallout? I would love to, but it's just the time. I just don't have the time for it. And I don't know which one to start with. There's like 15 of them. Okay, there's not 15 of them. There's like 5, but that's still a lot. Do you collect physical media? Not really. I definitely have a lot of Blu-rays from when I did buy a lot of physical media, but I just don't see the point anymore, Like I get why people like it, and there's nothing against liking it, but if I ever want to watch a movie, there's a 90% chance it's going to be on a streaming service I have, right? Like I have like 5 streaming services maybe. There's a 90% chance a movie I want to watch is going to be on it. And if it's not on it, I'll just rent it for $4. Like it's not a big deal, And I feel like Blu-rays and like physical media, it's only meant for movies I plan on rewatching. But like I don't really rewatch that many movies anymore, to be honest. And if I am going to rewatch it, I'll like rewatch it through the lens of a reaction video or something. You know what I mean? So like I don't know. I just don't see the point of physical media, especially when it comes to movies and stuff. It's not something that interests me anymore. I feel like if I want to rewatch a movie in like full, HD Blu-ray and all that, then I'll probably get physical media for that. But for just watching a new movie, like no, there's no point. I'm just gonna watch it on a streaming service or something. What's your top 3 favorite movies of 2024 so far? Furiosa, Dune Part 2, and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. If you could suggest a remake of a bad movie, what movie would you choose? Okay, so I don't think this movie's bad, but a lot of people do think it's bad, and I think it deserves a remake. In Time. In Time is a Justin Timberlake movie from like 2011. It's such a fantastic concept, but the movie's not that great. It's not bad, but I don't think it's great. And it could easily use a great remake. So essentially this movie, what it's about is it's a world where it's a dystopian movie, right? Where time is currency. So you have time like always on your hand. It shows you a time. It's counting down. And when it hits 0, you die. And it's always counting down. And you spend your life away essentially to buy stuff. Like if you want to go buy a coffee, you have to spend 5 minutes of your like it takes away 5 minutes of life from you to buy that coffee. And obviously more expensive things will take away like months and weeks and years even. And it's essentially a movie about like it's dystopian. So like the people who are more poor, they don't have a lot of time. Like they're living on borrowed time. They might be living with like 2 weeks left to live, and they're sitting there like, what the fuck do? I need more time, which is, and this movie is money. And so they got to either find a job, or in some cases they get desperate. They have to start robbing people for their time, because what are they going to do? They have to. And if you take someone's time, it gives it to you and it takes it away from them, right? But again, if you get 0, you die. So it's such an interesting movie. Cillian Murphy's in it too. Great movie. But no, my bad. Great concept. But the movie, I think, has some flaws that kind of fuck it up a little bit. But I still really enjoy it. I just think most people don't like it, unfortunately. And I don't know. I think that would make for a great remake if you were to do a new story with it, but with the same storyline, the same actually, a TV show with that concept would be great as well. Saw X mentioned Viva Mexico. Yeah, I loved that it took place in Mexico. I thought that was cool. And they actually did do a lot with that too. It wasn't like it was just like the setting for it. They actually like have a lot of scenes, like, I don't know, showcasing some of the cultural elements of it. Not a lot, but some. At least in the first half. Not really in the second half. The second half was all torture and stuff. But Saw X was great. The worst series and movie you ever watched? Worst series? Worst TV series? That's a hard one because I want to say She-Hulk. I'm not going to lie. Because it's like most shows, if I don't like it after the first episode, I'm just going to stop watching it. So like, it's hard to say like there's that many bad shows out there, but I really don't like She-Hulk. Worst movie? I don't know. Slender Man, maybe The Last Airbender, maybe the Texas Chainsaw Part 4, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 4, maybe. There's a couple movies I can put in there, but I don't know. I watched Dexter last year after a reactor friend of mine recommended it, and it's now one of my all-time favorite shows. I voted for it in the last TV show poll. I hope it wins in the next poll. I really do. I want to watch it. Have you played Mass Effect? Nope. Do you watch any YouTube reactors? If yes, yeah, I watch Real Rejects are probably my favorite reactors. Blind Wave. Rob and Trin. I don't know if you guys know them. They have good reactions. I watched them for The Walking Dead mainly, but then they started doing Marvel stuff, and I watched those too. There's a lot more, but honestly, I can't think of them off the top of my head. I used to watch It's a Primate a lot. I haven't watched his videos in a while though. Natalie Gold, I watched a couple of hers. Yeah, I can't think of many more to be honest. But those are the main ones for sure. Real Rejects and Blind Wave. Oh, the normies too. I forgot about the normies. They're good. I don't know. I like group reactions because you just get more perspectives from more people, so I don't know. Those are always good. Did you see all of the Spider-Man movies re-released back in theaters? Yes, I saw all of them except for Homecoming and Far From Home because I had no reason to rewatch those in theaters. They're definitely my least favorite of all those movies. And like, what's the point? Like I've already seen them in theaters before, so didn't see a point of rewatching it. Are you excited about the new Hunger Games movie from Hey Mitch's Games? Yeah, I heard about that. That's exciting. Coming out next year, right? Or 2026? Something like that. Favorite movie director? Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg, David Fincher, James Cameron, James Wan. Those are the main ones. Sam Raimi maybe is up there. Yeah. Denis Villeneuve too. Definitely him. Martin Scorsese. I haven't seen enough Scorsese films to have him as one of my favorite directors because I've only seen Shutter Island and Killers of the Flower Moon. So there's a lot more of his I have to see before I can claim him as one of my favorite directors. But he should be up there. I'm sure. I'm sure I'll like him a lot after I watch more of his movies. And yes, I plan on watching Goodfellas, Taxi Driver, and The Departed. Taxi Driver, I'm definitely gonna watch before Joker 2 comes out for sure, because I know Joker took a lot of inspiration from Taxi Driver. Mrs. Fusion, yeah, that could work as a name actually for her. Have you seen James Mangold's films? Yeah, I've seen Logan, which is phenomenal. The Wolverine, Identity, the new Indiana Jones. I feel like I've seen another one of his movies. Was it 310 to Yuma? Was that his movie? So some movie that I watched recently. I think that was another one of his movies. Let me look it up. I'm like 99% sure I've watched. I'm 99% sure that's one of his movies. Yeah, 310 to Yuma. Yeah. I haven't seen Girl Interrupted yet, though. I want to watch that. And Ford vs Ferrari. But yeah, he's got a good lineup. I think Indiana Jones 5. Ooh, maybe that could be one of my most disappointed movies. I don't think it's a bad movie, though. It's just, compared to what it should have been, it's not that great. I agree about The Force Awakens. I watched it recently and it still holds up. Definitely the best of the Disney era Star Wars besides Mando season 1 and 2. Yeah, I agree. That Rogue One, I can't get along with the whole Disney ruined Star Wars thing because there is a lot of great Disney Star Wars stuff. There's some stuff that sucks, don't get me wrong, but The Force Awakens, Rogue One, Mando season 1 and 2, Andor, even most of Ahsoka, like that's all some good shit. Season 7 of the Clone Wars, that's Disney too, like some good shit. The Acolyte, I'm kind of iffy on right now because I did like episode 1 and 2 a lot, but I feel like 3 wasn't that good. And not for the reasons, weird people on Twitter had. I had other reasons for not liking it, but yeah, I didn't like episode 3 that much. No, I think most people didn't like it, but I do think people, like I said, they're disliking it for the wrong reasons. It's just, you know what I'm talking about. But I just thought it was just a weird episode because I felt like it focused on a storyline that maybe it'll get better later on. Like maybe the later episodes will retroactively make this episode better. But I felt like it was a pointless episode because everything we learned in it, we kind of already knew, except for like 1 or 2 small things. So I'm sitting there like, we already kind of knew this story. We're just seeing it. But like, why do I have to see it? If there's more to the story that we learn later on that adds more context to this, then sure, maybe it'll be better in retrospect. But currently, I felt like it was a pointless episode. And I also didn't think it was that well done either, like just technically speaking. So I don't know. I wasn't a fan. I thought it was a little boring too for some scenes. So not my favorite episode for sure. I'm really excited for episode 4 though, because episode 4 is directed by a director who worked on Daredevil season 3. So that's exciting. What kind of movies does she like the most? I can actually read off her favorite movies. She has a lot of favorite movies, like a lot of it she showed me too. So if you sometimes see like a movie show up in my letterbox, it's like, I don't know, kind of random. Well, not that it's random, but it's just kind of like a movie I probably wouldn't normally watch. It could be a movie she showed me. But I know she loved Past Lives. I loved Past Lives too, but she loved it even more than me. She was like obsessed with that movie for a while. And I agree it was great, but she definitely liked it more than me. There's a lot of Mexican films she loves too that she showed me. Like I watched Instructions Not Included, Under the Same Moon, which I really loved both of them. So there's that. La La Land, she showed me that. Actually, a lot of people got mad at me that I didn't react to La La Land. And I was like, sorry, she wanted to watch it with me. And this is like when we first started dating. So I was like, I wanted to watch it with her. You know what I mean? I don't know. But people want me to react to it. But, it is what it is. The Notebook, stuff like that. Actually, she loves Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire, too. Which I do too, but it's not my favorite Harry Potter. But like when I was a kid, that was my favorite though. Definitely my favorite when I was a kid. But I think after I watched, because I did reactions to all of them, and I mentioned the reactions, like I've seen up until the fourth one, kind of like I don't remember them too much, but I remember fourth one being my favorite. And then when I watched Order of the Phoenix and Deathly Hallows Part 2, those became my favorite movies of the Harry Potter films. So yeah. Have you reacted to American Pie? No, but I've seen all the American Pie movies. Believe me, I love those movies. Worst job you've had? I haven't had like a crazy amount of jobs. Like most of the jobs I've worked, I've stayed at for a while. But I did work in a nursing home for a bit. I worked in two nursing homes actually. And one of them I did get punched in the face. So I don't want to say it was a terrible job, but like they had me like I was essentially a security guard, even though that wasn't the job position. It was behavioral assistant. Like I was supposed to be there for that, but like it almost felt like a security guard job because there was this one patient that was, had some tendencies to be a little violent sometimes and would try to run off and do all these things. So I basically just had to watch him, like make sure he wasn't going to do anything, right? And obviously I'm not actually a security guard, so I'm not allowed to put my hands on them or like defend myself or anything. But one time this person was trying to fight some other patient and I got in the middle of it. I didn't touch anyone, but I got in the middle of it and he punched me in the face. So there was that. And actually to this day, I'm pretty sure he made my nose crooked. I'm not going to lie. I think he made my nose crooked because it was a pretty hard punch. But that was like 2 years ago when that happened. And that was something. I have a feeling your favorite actress is Olivia Cook. I was gonna say her, but I've only seen her in House of the Dragon. It's really hard for me to say someone's my favorite if I've only seen them in one thing as one character. But to be fair, I said Andrew Lincoln was my favorite actor, and I've only seen him as Rick Grimes, but I've also seen him in 11 seasons of The Walking Dead, so it's a bit different. I don't know. Olivia Cook is great though, so I don't know, man. She's really good. She's really good. Professional yapper. That would be a good career. I mean, you can call her Mrs. Fusion. You can call her. That works, to be honest. That man loves Olivia Cook, no joke. I mean, she's great character, great actress. I don't know. Thoughts on The Fugitive? It's a great movie that aged timelessly. Oh, I love The Fugitive. I watched that on my channel, I think. Yeah, I did. Like last year, I think. Great movie. Try to be an influencer for a day. Kidding, I respect your work. Was this when I was talking about streaming? Or what I was talking about something, but I know what I think I know what you're referring to. I definitely had a couple of those rants in this stream. Just saw a post saying Invincible Season 3 will most likely release early next year. Really? I wasn't expecting that, but that's good. You should do some food mukbangs. No, I would never do a food mukbang. I couldn't do those. I couldn't do a mukbang. Oh. They're uncomfortable to watch. Like I feel like I couldn't participate in something that I feel like is uncomfortable when I watch it. Like I don't know. I don't want people to watch me eating either. I don't know. Something about that. I'm like, I don't want people to see that. But rankings, yes. Rankings would be fun. Watching me eat though, I don't think so. Maybe like if it's very like tame though, like it's just a one bite and that's it maybe, but I wouldn't be sitting there like I would. No, I couldn't. People watching me do that would be really, I couldn't do that. Just couldn't. Is it possible to do a split screen Q&A with another reactor? Yeah, I'd love to do that someday. It's just I don't know that many reactors that well. Like I've talked to some here and there, but like I don't know them enough to like do a Q&A. If I was to do a stream with someone, I feel like it has to be someone I can bounce off of well. So I'd have to have like some level of chemistry with them, some level of understanding with them, and I feel like if I don't know them that well, is it gonna work? I don't know. but we'll see. I'm really far behind on I caught up to the comments and then I got far behind again. That's crazy. Y'all are amazing though. I appreciate all the comments. Start with Fallout 3. You know, I did a poll for them and everyone said to start with Fallout New Vegas, but I guess those are just fans of New Vegas then. I guess, I don't know. But maybe I will do it then. Where was I? What's up, Breaking Dead? How you doing? Debates would be fun to watch. They would be. They would be. If I am going to do that, though, I think I'm more likely to do that on my Call of Duty channel just because I do feel like I can get into some really heated debates about Call of Duty. I could definitely do that with The Walking Dead too and other shows and movies, but I feel like Call of Duty I would go hard for a debate. So that'd be fun. I've not seen Peter Jackson's Tintin movie, no. Smiling Friends, I've seen some clips, but I haven't actually watched the show. 21 Jump Street is really good. I'll agree with that. But that came out like almost 10 years ago now, right? When will you do your next TV poll? Probably not until I finish American Horror Story, to be honest, or at least close till the end of American Horror Story. So probably not for another couple months. I would say maybe August or September, I'll do another poll sometime around there. Because we still have a lot of shows to do now. I have Band of Brothers I'm going to do soon. And then there's a lot of new shows coming out. So probably not for a bit till I do a new TV show poll. Speaking of fan films, have you gotten to watch The Spider That Stars Chandler Riggs? Yeah, I did watch it actually. Great short film. Excited for the new Superman movie next year? Me too. Probably my most anticipated movie of that year, at least currently. I think so. Yeah. Actually, no. Is there? Yeah, probably Superman. Unless there's a new Spider-Man coming out next year, but they haven't announced anything, which I'm still shocked about. Like, when's the next Tom Holland Spider-Man coming out, man? I thought it would have been sooner, but I guess not. Do you think Ryan Reynolds just plays himself in most movies? Not exactly himself, but very similar, yeah. Same with Mark Wahlberg and The Rock. It depends on the movie, I guess, yeah. I sent you the link to Dylan's New Nightmare on Twitter last October. Oh, shit. That's been out for a while. Fuck. You're right. No, I do remember that now. Yeah. I just didn't watch it, though. I should watch it, though. I definitely should. How long is it? Like I said, I wouldn't do a reaction for it. I'd probably just watch it on my own. It's not bad at all, but I'd love an updated version of Dark City. Great movie, but I'd love to see some modern visuals for it. Never seen Dark City. Underrated Ryan Reynolds movie you should check out is The Voices, and for Mark Wahlberg and The Rock, you should watch Pain and Gain, which was directed by Michael Bay. Sounds good. Definitely should add those to my watch list for sure. I still collect physical media for ownership. Digital rights are a big deal. Superior video and audio, one-time payment, doesn't require Wi-Fi, and a lot of extra bits. Yeah, no, I agree with all those things. It's just, for me, I don't think those matter as much. But in terms of for me, like personally, but I understand why it matters to others. But for the digital rights thing, for me, like, let's say a movie is not on a streaming service and I want to watch it, and it's not allowed to be rented, and it's not like there's nowhere to watch it, right? And the only option is then DVD, then yeah, I'll buy DVD, I'll buy Blu-ray. But like, that's like a last resort for me. So like, I don't mind owning it. It's just more like, I don't want that to be my first option. Because like, ownership, I understand why it matters to people, but if I'm never going to watch it again, what does it matter? Like, what if you hate the movie? What if I buy a $20 movie DVD and it sucks? I'm never going to watch it again. Then like, what was the point? You know what I mean? So I feel like I understand it for certain movies. Like, if I've already seen it, I know it's amazing, I know I'm going to rewatch it, then I would do it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't, you know? Like, same with the one-time payment thing. Like, if I'm never going to rewatch it, it wouldn't really matter anyways, you know? Because there's a lot of movies I will never watch again. And not because I didn't like it necessarily, just because it didn't do anything that crazy for me that, like, why would I rewatch it, you know? There's just so many movies out there. I feel like I mostly spend my time watching new movies. But a lot of people love rewatching movies, and I respect the hell out of that, because I honestly want to do that too. I also feel like if I'm doing that, then I'm not taking away time from watching new movies. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I don't rewatch a lot of movies as much as I wish as much as I want to, you know? I guess when I rewatch movies, it's usually I'm showing it to someone else, you know? I get the Wi-Fi thing though, for sure. And the behind the scenes always end up on YouTube, I feel like, you know what I mean? Not always, but sometimes they do, and it's like, you know what I mean? But I do get what you're saying though. It makes sense. It's just for me, it doesn't really matter. Secret Invasion is not just the worst MCU project, but just a terrible show in general. Call me crazy, but I liked Secret Invasion. It's easily my most unpopular MCU opinion probably at this point. I legitimately like Secret Invasion. I watched it all the way through, and except for like a couple minor things, I thought it was good. Like I really didn't understand the hate for it. I feel like the hate didn't come until like the last episode, because I feel like people liked it up until the last episode, you know? Have you reacted to the worst movie ever, The Room? No, but I actually plan on doing that someday. Top 3 TV show characters: Rick Grimes, Tyrion from Game of Thrones, and Walter White from Breaking Bad. Or Walter White or Jesse Pinkman. They're such fantastic characters. I feel like I go in between them, but maybe Jesse Pinkman. I don't know. I think you should play young Haymitch. You know, you might be right. You might be right. Maybe I should. You named my favorite directors as well. Ridley Scott would be another. Ridley Scott's great. I feel like I haven't seen enough of his movies. I've seen Alien, Gladiator, Blade Runner, Black Hawk Down. This is 4 movies. Yeah, he's solid. Jordan Peele has got to be my favorite director. I know he's only done 3 movies, but he has not missed a beat. Yeah, he's great. I haven't I've liked all his movies. I haven't loved his movies though. Like I really liked Get Out, really liked Nope. I liked Us a lot more than both of those, but I don't think any of them were like fantastic though. So I don't know if I'd put him my favorite directors, but he would be a decent choice for a Nightmare on Elm Street movie now that I'm thinking about it, but there's a lot of choices that would be good for a Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. Either him, Mike Flanagan, James Wan would be my number 1 choice. Sam Raimi, even. Those would be great directors for that. Could you please include 6 Feet Under? You know what? Just for you, I will include 6 Feet Under in the next TV show polls. I will do it. What are some horror films that you would like to react to? Possession was one that I mentioned. Split. The First Omen, The Late Night with the Devil that came out this year. I want to react to that. Let me check my watch list, because I'll let you know exactly which movies, and then I'll look at based on, I guess, popularity. Right? How do you sort by popularity? Oh, average rating, I guess, is fine. Suspiria, maybe. Dawn of the Dead. The remake. Maybe the original too. I don't know. The Blob is on here too. Interview with a Vampire I'll probably do someday. Mother. I didn't know it was a horror movie, but I want to watch Mother. The one with Jennifer Lawrence. Christine. I have a lot of movies on here. You're Next. Doctor Sleep. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's quite a lot of horror movies I want to react to. And we will definitely be doing soon. She's basic. Does she like scary movies? I think her favorites, I want to say Midsummer is her favorite horror movie, but I could be wrong on that. Well, if you count Signs as a horror movie, I know she loved Signs, which I actually showed her Signs, so I'll give myself credit for that. Which I consider that a horror movie. Some people don't, though, but I do. Favorite Uncharted game? Never played the Uncharted games. I actually own them. I think I own all of them, but I haven't played them. Prisoner of Azkaban scared the hell out of me when I was younger. Me too. The Dementor scene especially. Yep. Have you read the Game of Thrones books? No, but I bought the Game of Thrones books and I still haven't read them. I read the first like how many pages that I read like 20 pages and then I just didn't get around to it anymore. I want to read it, but it's again, time is so I hate how short life is and how much lack of time we have. It's such the most frustrating thing is how much imagine if humans didn't have to sleep and how much more time you would have. It would be so great. There's just so much to life. It's like it's so hard to find the time. Like I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. It's too much. Like I don't understand how people get bored. To me, boredom doesn't make any sense because it's like there's so much to the world. Like even stuff for free, you can just like there's just so much little things to do. You know what I mean? You can literally just own one streaming site, literally just Netflix. That's it, nothing else. And you have like endless supply of entertainment, you know? Unless you get bored of literally every piece of entertainment there, sure. But I just feel like it's like so hard to get bored. I don't know. Like I miss the feeling of boredom. Like I actually liked being bored, even though like, I don't know. Cause I guess I used to get bored in school a lot. Like I'd be sitting there in class, like, you know, if it was in a class I didn't like too much, I get bored maybe. But like when you're out in the open doing whatever you want, I feel like it's just, I don't know. There's just so much entertainment out there, you know? And even outside of entertainment, there's just a lot of little things you can do with your time. And I always get frustrated with the aspect of not having time, you know? Because it's like a lot of time is spent doing work. A lot of time is spent making money because if you're not doing that, you're not setting yourself up for a good future. You really, you know what I mean? You really have to spend time, a lot of it on that. And you don't have as much time to do just like, you know, leisure activities like reading the Game of Thrones books, which I really want to do, but it's like, I don't know, you know? And when I do have the time, it just so happens to be a time where I'm feeling like crap and I can't read something. I don't know. Maybe that punch has something to do with the nose itch. Maybe. No, I don't think so. But, you know, you never know. Olivia Cook is also on Bates Motel. Hint, hint, see Bates Motel. I would love to watch Bates Motel. Season 1 of Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon? House of the Dragon season 1 slightly. Just slightly. I can't listen to Hip to Be Squares without thinking of American Psycho. I've never listened to Hip to Be Squares, but I know exactly what the reference is in American Psycho. You should add Bates Motel to the next TV show poll. Maybe I should then, yeah. The only thing is I can only have 35 shows, I think, on Patreon poll, so I have to make sure it's under 35 shows, but I could probably fit that in. Please don't ever make that sound again. I don't even remember what sound, because I'm so far behind in this chat, I don't even remember what sound you're referring to. Do you watch any sports? I used to watch like every sport in the book, but I don't know why, I've just kind of grown out of it. Like I don't enjoy them as much, but I do still watch college basketball, especially with March Madness. I love March Madness. And sometimes I'll watch NFL football. Sometimes. But that's about it. I don't really watch any other sports. I don't know. I feel like for me, I liked it a lot more when I was a kid because I had this allegiance to sports teams that I really wanted to win and like kind of like competed with my friends. But like, I feel like nowadays, like at least my friends like don't really care as much anymore. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, you know, it's not really like a big thing where it's like, I really need my teams to win. It doesn't really matter if they lose to me anymore. So it kind of gets me less interested in watching, but I love March Madness because you're putting money on it, right? I'm not going to bet on all sports. I'm not the type of person to do that. But like March Madness is like one little bet. You put like $20 on it, whatever. And it's so much fun following all those games. And it's so entertaining because you actually care a lot about who's going to win because of you're betting it. So love that. But I don't watch too many sports though. You should try more games on your COD channel like Fallout. So I do have 2 gaming channels. One of them is exclusively Call of Duty and occasionally like other adjacent games like X Defiant. I played Battlefield on it once or twice. But the other channel I have, Experfusion 2, is other games. So like story games. So if I were to play Fallout, it would be on that other channel. I'm currently playing Red Dead Redemption 2 on that. I played a couple other games. I played the Spider-Man games. So definitely recommend checking that out. We got 2 donations here. $5 donation from Lover of Green ever seen Nerdrotic? He's a TV critic who blurts woke disaster in every video. He's great at podcasts, but his videos are repetitive brain rot. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I feel like those people, they have, I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't really know the person. I'm not going to try to criticize him as a person though, because I don't know him at all. But that type of content, you can tell it is trying to invoke rage in people and trying to get views that way, and you can tell it's working. So I think it's best to just not associate with it so you don't, give into it. Some people do, like react to it, and then they talk about him online, and it just gives him more attention. I feel like it's best to just ignore it, because then he won't get the attention. But when everyone starts talking about him and then making big deals out of his posts and stuff, then it's like people get curious, they click on his videos, and then it just gives him more views. So it's like it's kind of working in his favor, doing exactly what he wants. That's kind of just social media in general now is like that. Twitter is like that sometimes, where saying something very controversial or even just borderline just fucked up, like that gets so much more attention than just not saying anything at all. So people do that. And even if they get negative attention, it's still attention, it's still views, it's still money. So they don't care, right? So yeah, I can't really speak on his content. I have no idea. I've never watched any of them, but I know what you're talking about, like that type of video. They are repetitive, and yeah, it is borderline brain rot. I can agree. It doesn't make any sense half the time. It really doesn't. I could just tell from the thumbnail, but I've never watched any of them though. $5 from Film It Lee. Thank you so much for the donation. I know your watch list is huge at this point, but will you also be reacting to anime in the future, dubbed or subbed? I want to. I talked about this a bit before, but I really want to react to anime. It's just, I know there's a lot of copyright problems with it, so that kind of worries me, but I'm not opposed to it, and maybe one day we'll try it out. If I was to do it, I can tell you right now, we'd either do Death Note or Attack on Titan. Those are the two I've heard of the most, and they're the two that interest me the most, so I'd probably watch one of those if I were to. Hopefully someday, but can't promise it though, because I'm not sure 100%. I was going to end the stream recently, like soon, but honestly, there's a lot of comments and I want to read them. You and your GF should react to Love Actually. Oh yeah, because Andrew Lincoln is in that, right? That'd be fun. That would be fun. Maybe we should. He said he would stop after 30 minutes. It's been almost an hour. I honestly thought it's been like 20 minutes. I didn't know it's been that long. Oh my God. Favorite game you ever played growing up? Call of Duty. Call of Duty Zombies, World at War, Black Ops 1. Those are my favorite games growing up for sure. Yeah, that's probably the best answer for that. Do you know they announced a Quiet Place game yet? Yes, saw the trailer for it. Dylan's New Nightmare is 34 minutes. Oh, it's not too long. Okay, I'll probably check it out. What's up, Derek Brown? How you doing? Can you do any Italian horror films? Is Suspiria an Italian horror film, or am I wrong? I'm pretty sure it's Italian, but I could be wrong. But I want to watch Suspiria. Besides the six episode event format that MCU has done, I seriously feel they did Maria Hill and Talos so dirty. I mean, I thought it was like really shocking, and to me that's why it worked, because it was like the MCU does not do a lot of big stakes stuff as often as it should, at least anymore, and at least stuff that sticks. And I felt like what they did in that show, I felt most of it sticked. Episode 6 I thought kind of didn't work for me too much, but I still like the show a lot though. Willem Dafoe for Freddy Krueger. That would be really sick, but at the same time, I kind of want someone completely unknown to do it, because if I saw Willem Dafoe as Freddy Krueger, I wouldn't see it as Freddy Krueger. I would just see it as Willem Dafoe playing Freddy Krueger. That's not what we want. I want someone completely new to jump into that role, personally. Speaking of Ridley Scott, you should check out Legend from 1985. Perhaps I will. What's something you'd like to see in this new season of House of the Dragon? A lot of battles. I'm not sure how many we'll get this season. I'm sure there'll be at least one, because something's going to go down with this war. I'm sure it's not. I don't think it's just going to be a behind the lines type thing. I think we are going to get a battle of some sort, and I want to see at least one scene between Rhaenyra and Alicent. like face to face. I'm sure we'll get that. There's no way we won't, but I really want to see that soon. Because I want to see what they would say to each other face to face. I feel like that would be a really interesting conversation. He said he would include 6 feet unders in the polls for me. Kill me now. Hey, you are special. Everyone is. You are. But yeah, I will include in the polls. I promise. Just for you. You got to play Uncharted. Oh, you got to play Uncharted. I thought you said I thought you were saying that I got to play it. I'm like, I haven't played it, but no, I see what you mean. You're saying I should play it. Yeah, I'd love to. Oh, Film It Lee with another $5. Thank you so much. Can I hook you up with some good anime lists? Because if you're in it for storytelling that is artwork, then Attack on Titan, Frieren, and Hunter x Hunter is where to go. Well, thank you for letting me know, and thank you for the donation. I'll definitely keep those in mind, but those are definitely, I'll throw all those on a watch list. And anyways I don't react to, maybe I'll just watch it on my own at some point. But definitely some of those I want to react to. Again, I'm worried about the whole copyright situation with it, but hopefully that won't be a problem. I would say Signs is definitely a horror film, at least compared to other M. Night films. Yeah, that's what I would say, right? I also think The Sixth Sense deserves to be called a horror film too. I just started Game of Thrones, only a few episodes in, but do you prefer the first season of The Walking Dead? The Walking Dead is my favorite show. I actually prefer Game of Thrones season 1 over The Walking Dead season 1. I would say, just slightly. Late Night with the Devil and Doctor Sleep are my most anticipated horror films for you to see of what I've heard. Oh, good to know. Would you start streaming video games? I do make videos on them on my other channels. So there's X-Perfusion and X-Perfusion 2. So if you want to see me play horror games, I might do some on that channel. Maybe I'll stream some, perhaps. I don't know. That could be fun. Hope you're having a blessed day, Guapo. I know what Guapo means, but I feel like I forget. Does it mean like, it's like handsome, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, it means handsome. Okay, I was right. All right. Yeah, okay. Oh, I knew I was right. See, I am learning Spanish. See, Duolingo's teaching me, even though I didn't learn that from Duolingo. I learned that from my girlfriend, but still, like, The Happening is the best M. Night film. I disagree, but I actually thought The Happening was, did I like it? I think I didn't like it that much. I thought it was okay. I thought it was average, very average movie. But I respect that you think it's the best. I respect that. Life is short indeed. I like reactions because it helps me as a viewer to be introduced to movies that even myself haven't seen. Interesting. Hera's giving Leon Kennedy vibes. Oh, from Resident Evil, right? I can kind of see it. Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for answering my question. Huge fan. You made my day. I appreciate it. Love to see it. Suspiria is the first part of a trilogy known as the Three Mothers trilogy. The second film after Suspiria is Inferno from 1980 and concludes with Mother of Tears. Oh, really? I had no idea. But that's good to know. Thoughts on Black Swan? Portman did a fantastic performance. I loved Black Swan. Did a reaction on the channel to it, actually. And yeah, she's great. Jessica Lange and Sarah Paulson are juggernaut powerhouse actors that need to be in more movies. I agree. I've only seen Jessica Lange in American Horror Story and the King Kong movie from the 70s, actually. And Sarah Paulson, I've never seen her in anything outside of American Horror Story. At least I don't think I have. Maybe I did and I just don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that's all I've seen. What's your favorite season of television? I want to say Breaking Bad season 5. Either Breaking Bad season 5, Game of Thrones season 4, or The Walking Dead season 6. One of those. Even Stranger Things season 4 is up there for me. A lot of people are hating on Stranger Things lately, and I don't get it, man. That's still a great show. I don't know. I feel like a lot of it has to do with, like, there's a lot of younger fans now a part of it, and I guess people get, like, turned off when their shows are liked by younger fans. I don't know why, but, like, why is that a problem? Why can't kids like the show too? I don't know. I have no idea. But I still think it's a great show. When you were talking about how the neurotic working, it sounded like you said twerking instead of working. Whoops. which was more traumatic for you, Red Wedding or the Son for a Son stunt by Damon? Definitely the Red Wedding, for sure. Because I mean, we knew those characters. We didn't really know the Son that much, that, you know, there. So, but we knew it was still, you know, fucked up scene. It's just it didn't hit the same. Yo, Film It Lee, another $5, man. Thank you so much. Or woman, I have no idea. Thank you so much. Heading out. Keep up the great work, man. I appreciate it so much. I really do. All right, we are gonna end the stream real soon, so get your last minute comments in as soon as you can, and then we'll be ending it real soon because I haven't gone a lot longer than I thought I was gonna go on for. Would love to see a reaction to Boyhood, directed by Richard Linklater. Linklater, he's the guy who did the new movie, the Hitman movie, right? That just came out. It was filmed over the span of 11 years with the same cast. Oh, really? It depicts the childhood and adolescence of a boy from ages 6 to 18. That sounds really interesting. I actually want to watch that now because that sounds really interesting. Check out the Horror Hour podcast. They're a big group of friends, and with their own separate channels, you might like them. They love to debate and discuss everything horror related. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Maybe I'll check it out. I love podcasts. I always watch podcasts. Either if I'm on a car ride, I put it on the background, or while I'm playing a game or something, like whatever, I just put it on the background. It's good. Thoughts on Inception ending? I think he made it back to reality with his family. I always thought it was more like, what's the word? Symbolic, as opposed to really, well, Christopher Nolan, I think, made an answer to it, didn't he? Did he say, what did he say about it? Did he say it was left up to interpretation, or did he say, I thought he said something like that. I don't remember what he said, but I think he gave a full on answer, but I forget. He might have said it was left up to interpretation. I don't know. I think it works better as being left up to interpretation, to be honest. I don't know. What webcam do you use? The Sony A5100. It's not a webcam. It's like a full-on camera. But yeah, the Sony A5100 camera. I will say any YouTuber who is making videos, I highly recommend getting a camera. I mean, you could start with the webcam. I think there's nothing wrong with starting with webcam, but upgrading to a camera was the best thing I did because it changes the quality like tenfold. Like, there's not many webcams out there with great quality, unfortunately. There's some, but they're not like great quality. But obviously it depends the budget and everything, how much you could spend. Then webcams are definitely fine. I think, what was the webcam I got? Anything by Sony's probably going to be good. Camlink, I think. What is it? No, what is it called? There was some, I forget the name of it. I think Elgato, they make a decent webcam though. I'll maybe get the Elgato webcam. You should play Until Dawn if you haven't before. Definitely on my playlist. Is that the right word for it? Like, for movies you say watch list, but for what games, what do you say? Do you say playlist? I don't know, but I do want to play that. Favorite season of American Horror Story? It's still Asylum. Sarah Paulson appears in Bird Box. Oh, I've seen Bird Box. I just forgot she was in it, I guess. You hear about Ted Season 2? Yes, I'm very excited for that. Season 1 was actually pretty good. And it got me a lot of views, so there's a double fold there. All right. I'm going to have to end the stream here. I have to use the bathroom as well, so there's 2 reasons I got to end it right now, but we've also gone way longer than I expected. But I appreciate you all checking this out. Tomorrow, a new episode of The Acolyte. I will upload that at nighttime, and in the morning, I might upload something. I'm not sure, because I might wait to post the Memento till Wednesday. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. Lots of videos coming soon. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe and check out all the recent videos. Thank you for watching. Peace out, everyone.